Welcome to Homefront Sit Rep. I hope you're in for a great show today because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find Homefront Sit Rep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out Homefront Sit Rep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting.
Out on the edge of the battle and back, we've carried the weight and we've walked every track. From desert dust to the fire at home, we've learned how to fight, how to stand alone. But no one tells you what comes after the war. When silence is louder than the guns we bore, that's where we speak, that's where we heal. Stories too real for Hollywood reels. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see. We're warriors to battle just differently. This is our check-in, our voice, our step. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. For the fallen, the fighting, and those who came home. For the brothers and sisters who still feel alone. We're holding the line with truth and respect. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. For the fallen, the fighting, and those who came home. For the brothers and sisters who still feel alone. We're holding the line with truth and respect. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. It ain't all medals and waving flags. There's pain in the silence and weight in the bags. But we've got a mic and a mission to share, to tell the damn truth, cause somebody's gotta care. We laugh, we cry, we cuss, we pray. We honor the ones who ain't here today. From basic to battle and back to the block. This is our rhythm, our round table talk. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see. We're warriors to battle just differently. This is our check-in, our voice, our step. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. Still heavy in dreams out of reach, full of lessons the textbooks could never teach. We're sounding off, no filter, no prep. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. So if you're born the boots or love someone who did, if you swallowed your hurt and kept it all hid, pull up a chair, you're not alone. Welcome to the front lines you don't always see, where courage meets scars and raw honesty. This is our anthem, our truth intercept. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. For the ones still standing and those we've lost yet, for every single story we'll never forget. We speak so others won't forget. This is the Homefront Sit Rep podcast. Real talk, real facts, real life. Homefront Sit Rep podcast, where the mission continues.
Good morning, everybody. Beautiful Saturday morning from beautiful Georgetown, Kentucky. How is everybody doing? Gunny, how are you, sir?
Tired, brother. Tired.
I bet.
It's been a long couple of days, but here in about an hour 20, all the excitement starts. So we're here at White Sulphur Baptist Church in Georgetown, getting ready to kick off the 2025 Mogadishu Mile. We have, I think, 58 teams registered, which is a record for us. We had 48 last year. Hard to believe 5 years ago we started with 16 teams.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Teams are already rolling in. People are getting stretched. They're getting taped. The course is ready. I'm excited. I hate that Troy cannot be here. This is the church that he belongs to.
Hell yeah.
So, he got permission for us to run it here this year. We've got a great group of volunteers. We got Marine Corps leagues here. We've got the VFWs here. We got a vintage Jeep. We'll have another one. A lot of JROTC participants, a lot of ROTC participants, to include Western Kentucky, Moorhead, Eastern Kentucky, UK, Louisville, and we have 2 Ranger teams from 375 here. Dude, I'm super excited, super stoked. I can't wait to get this thing started. Great course. I mean, it's marked a little bit different. As the director and Josh as the race director, we get to see the full course just by standing in one location. It's not like we have to use radios or use anything. We got Commonwealth timing and scoring here this year. for us that, the teams will have a bib. They'll run through the gate. Their time starts. As soon as they finish, time stops. I mean, it's a great event, man. They're going to run 40 meters to the first obstacle, and then they will do 100 tire flips as a team. And then,
well, hold on. Let's back up. Explain to people what Mogadishu Mile Kentucky is.
Yeah, so Mogadishu Mile Kentucky is a memorial fitness event to commemorate the 19 men who were killed during the Battle of Mogadishu, October 3rd through the 6th. There was one guy that died from his wounds later from that Battle of Mogadishu in 1993. Today being the 4th was the second day of the Battle of Mogadishu back in 1993. So we have signs of the 19 fallen throughout the first section of the course that every runner will read their name, their rank, their unit, and their hometown. So we have 5 stations that they'll start. They'll grab an ammo can apiece. They'll run 40 yards. They'll do a tire flips. So that's the only partner event is the tire flip. So they'll do 100 tire flips, and then they'll pick up ammo cans. They'll do an 80-yard run. And the way we have it set this year, there's turns, like loops, switchbacks. And at each switchback in the main part of the course is the unit logos, unit flags of 10th Mountain, of Delta, of the Night Stalkers, and of 375. 4 main units that participated in Operation Gothic Serpent and Task Force Ranger. And then again, the names of the fallen are at every station. There's 4 names at each station, except for the last station. There's only 3 names. And then at each turn, there's a sign that commemorates Caleb Conley, who was a Scott County sheriff that was killed here in Scott County a couple years ago around Memorial Day. So it is the Caleb Conley Trail. Is that first section. Then they'll come back. They'll drop the ammo cans. They'll pick 35-pound pack, and then they'll run their 0.9 miles through a pretty grueling, uphill, downhill.
Yeah,
it's a field. It's not paved. So, yeah, I'm excited this year, man. And thank you for coming out. I know your daughter started her fall break, so she's coming home. But, yeah, I can't think of a better way to start my day than being right here in Georgetown with the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky.
Heck yeah, man. No, I'm glad to be back. This is my second time here. And if you don't know, Homefront Sit Rep is the media partner, the only media partner for the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky, which I'm honored to be part of. One of my good friends, James Thornton, he was in the Battle of Mogadishu during, he was with the 10th Mountain. So he lost a lot of good brothers over there. So this event, it's an amazing event, and I'm glad to see that it keeps thriving and gets better and better each year. So if you haven't registered yet for next year, make sure you go to mogadishumilekentucky.org.
No, we are not. So we're
only on Facebook.
Yeah, we don't have an email or a web page. It's Mogadishu Mile Kentucky on Facebook. It is the Mogadishu Mile logo, which is a Black Hawk with some soldiers and some ruins in the background. It says Mogadishu Mile. And then the outline of Kentucky is behind that.
What's up, Troy? How are you, sir?
Yeah, over there in the Netherlands. So what's cool is at 10 o'clock, which is 4 o'clock their time, Troy's going to tune back in. He's going to watch opening ceremonies. And then when that first Ranger team goes through the chute, Troy and his wife are taking off on their mile.
Oh, nice.
Over in the Netherlands. So it may take them a little bit longer than it's going to take that Ranger team. But yeah, they're definitely going to, carry on the tradition over there in the Netherlands.
Hell yeah.
And then, next year's it's going to be on the anniversary of, the initial.
So maybe Troy can get Mogadishu Mile Netherlands. That'd be pretty cool.
Cool. There's the embassy's there, so there should be a bunch of Marines. And maybe you can get some foreign forces involved in it too, even if it's just a mile, walk, run, something like that, even if it's not backpack.
Yeah. Just something simple. I think it'd be pretty cool to share that over there as well. Man, I'm sitting here looking around at all the people that are here. like you said, there's WKU, there's EKU, there's the VFW, there's the Marine Corps League.
And they have a team. Marine Corps League put together a team that they're
Nice.
going to run. And then one of the high schools, and I can't remember which one it is, but one of the high schools actually got a teacher team together, and the principal is running.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
Please don't be that principal that your kids beat you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You will never hear the end of it as a principal.
You'll never hear the end of it. And so something we're going to do different this year that we didn't get to do last year. Of course, we have the host set up here for the podcast, but we also have a live feed for the opening ceremony microphone, so everybody will be able to hear everything that's going on.
Yeah, they get to hear me run my suck even a little bit more.
Yeah, so which is amazing. So I do have the camera. So right there where the camera's facing is where Sam's going to be talking at. I'm going to try to zoom it in. And see if we can get a little bit closer view. But
you got to go from here up.
No, you're getting a full body experience.
I don't need that gut hanging out there. What are you talking about? I have enough pictures last week when I was out in Wyoming fish. I'm like, who's that fat guy in that photo? And I zoom in and it's me. I was like, oh man, I need to go on a diet.
Well, every time I look at myself in like pictures and stuff, I'm like, bro, I need to lose some weight. And I tell myself that all the time, but then I don't do it. So, but I wish we could pan the camera around a little bit. It's too far away for me to reach right now to pan it around. But you see the people that are standing there at the edge of the pavilion. Well, there's a bunch more to the right, and then there's a bunch more here in the parking lot to the left. So it looks like it's going to be a great turnout. The weather is perfect. You can't ask for much better weather already.
Yeah.
And we're also going to try to do some interviews with, the VFW, the Marine Corps League, and some of the teams that are running. Hopefully, somebody from, W, like the commander from the ROTC will come over, and the same with EKU, U of L, and all these guys. That way we can do interviews with those and ask them why they decided to, come out and do this event and what it means to them. And also the Rangers. I know the Rangers are here as well.
That one won't happen because their PR person's not here.
Yeah.
And of course it's a Saturday and everything's shut down at Fort Benning, government shut down.
Yeah.
So we will probably not get a Ranger interview just because, their public affairs people are not here.
Right, which is understandable. I mean, it's definitely understandable. Troy says count on that. Moog Mile Europe. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, the reason that the Rangers are here because it's 375, man. It's that they lost, I think 6 guys during the battle.
Yeah.
So they're coming in here every single year. They show up and to honor their brothers. Yeah, that camera. Dude, you need to shut that thing off. It keeps tracking you and going off me. And maybe I need to do this stuff and give me some more love here. We'll see that here at the end of the year. But yeah, no, I'm super excited, man. It's to have these teams come back every year and to have the ROTC units put the challenge out to the other ROTC units, to have the JROTC do the same. To watch this grow every single year. Yes, we have 58 teams this year. It's not in part of me at all.
Right.
I've only been the director for a month.
Yeah.
Literally a month. I mean, Troy turned it over prior to that, but he's only been gone a month. Matter of fact, a month today he's been gone.
Dang.
So I've only been here a month. This growth is not a reflection of me. It's a reflection of Troy. It's a reflection of all the volunteers that we have. It's a reflection of those teams that love what we do to the honor and the remember those 19 men. It's not about money. It's not about pomp and circumstance. It's about honoring the 19 men that made the ultimate sacrifice during the Battle of Mogadishu.
Yeah, definitely. Well, what time is it, Sam?
We are.
You got 8 minutes. So you got eight minutes.
What are you talking about?
Well, you start at 9, right?
No, we start at 10.
Oh, okay.
We start at 10.
We got a while then. Okay.
Yeah, so you're gonna be rolling for a little bit today. You're gonna have to be talking about it a little bit, or just up there panning camera and seeing people. But
yeah, well, I'm more than likely I'll just pan the camera around a little bit and
registration opens up in 8 minutes for those who hadn't registered or getting their bibs and all that stuff. And
what we'll do is we'll have you make a statement here in a little bit. If anybody wants to be interviewed, come over and I'm gonna do some walking around too, probably. But that way we can, get some interviews before the race, and then hopefully we get some after the race as well. hopefully people don't trip over the cord like you about did.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that before and after is great, right? Because they're all fresh and clean right now. But you let them get through there, and they're doing the tire flips, they're doing box jump / step ups, they're doing the ball slam / ball smash, they're doing burpees, they're doing push-ups, and each one's 100 count. Then they have that mile run with the pack.
Yeah.
So they're going to be dog butt tired by the end of this thing. So yeah, seeing that before and after is really
Heck yeah.
refreshing for me, because I don't have to do this stuff anymore, man.
Yeah, we don't have to do that stuff anymore.
But I see my buddy Matt's here, Matt Bradford. We're going to put him in the course early with his team. He shows up every single year to do this.
You put him in early. What does that mean?
So we're going to start. The first team will go in the gate shortly after opening ceremonies. So I'll finish up with opening ceremonies, and then the course director, race director, Josh, will go over the exercises real quick with everybody, and then we will shortly after that we'll put the first team in the gates. So Ranger teams will go out first and second, and then we'll start mixing in the ROTC and the elite team. So there are going to be teams from maybe some CrossFit gyms that compete on a very, very high level.
Yeah.
So we put them in an elite class. So we have 5 classes. It's the elite, which is always the ROTC and the Rangers. And then we have the adult novice class. So that'd be you, me, and 2 other guys out there, slobbing around the course.
That's the amateur class.
Right.
That would be me.
And then we have the ROTC, or they compete against each other as well. So they're competing in the elite class and their own class, just for that bragging rights.
Nice.
For the best ROTC team out there. I'll tell you, Western Kentucky last year brought some absolute studs.
Yes, they did.
I see their cadre across the parking lot right now, so I'm sure they put a stud team together. Moorhead a couple years ago just demolished everybody. Who would have thought that team from Moorhead was just going to crush everybody? But here's the difference. You've got the Rangers over here in boots and utes.
Yeah.
All these ROTC teams, with the exception of UK Army, show up in PT gear.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I see UK there with they're wearing
Deeds not words. I love it. I tried to get one of those shirts last year, and they're like, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. We need to get one of those.
I'm like, I just go tackle that guy and take his.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's a smaller guy, so I don't know.
I don't know though.
He look like a medium. But yeah, I mean, it's just a great time, and then the bragging rights, the camaraderie it builds, and I mean, it's funny to watch. You watch Western all grouped up, and then Eastern's all grouped up, and UK is all grouped up.
Now this team looks like they might be in boots and utes.
That's JROTC.
Oh, junior ROTC.
So they may be in boots and utes.
Because he's got sneakers in hand, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
They may go change.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Well, I got to go and do my director duties, and
you go hobnob, and
people.
I'll be sitting here
and stress for the next hour and 4 minutes before I gotta start my 5-page dedication.
I won't plug this in until we get ready to
that works.
Opening ceremony. That way we don't pick up any back feed and stuff from the microphone over there. So
yeah, and I'll go over and I'll just let the VFW and the Marine Corps League and then our partners with timing and scoring know that if they want to come on and
definitely
talk a little bit, they can do that. And
and then
what they're doing.
Have somebody make an announcement that we've done the live podcast here. And if they want to come over and do an interview, that'd be awesome. So
we'll do.
Awesome.
All right, man. I'll be back in a bit.
All right, man. Later. Guys, ladies, gents, man, I tell you what, this is a super cool event. That is amazing. It's for a good cause too. And like Gunny said, it's not about the money. It's about remembering, the honor and remember. So we definitely have to honor, remember, and say their names. That's why each team has to say each one of the 19 as they read. They read a little placard with the name and a little bit about each one of the 19. It's phenomenal. So super cool, man. I like it a lot. Troy, wish you were here, brother. I know you took a important position and I'm super proud and excited to call you a friend. And by the way, I did get what you sent me. It just Gunny gave it to me today, and then my microphone just came undone. I don't know why, but I did get it just today. So let me try to get my microphone reattached here. There we go. Now I just got to type. No, we're still live. Yeah. No, you're good. You're good. We can't hear in just a minute. Yeah.
Just when you're up and live,
We're live now.
just let them know registration is now open inside the church.
All right. So registration is open inside the church. So if you show up, what's that? One team member can register the whole team. So if you want to show up, come on over and to White Sulphur Baptist Church in Georgetown, Kentucky. And like I said, registration is open. So you can come and get registered to run the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky. Well, thank you, Troy. We definitely miss you and wish you nothing but the best, my friend. Nothing but the best. Hopefully you and the family are doing wonderful. And I'm jelly of Gunny, man, when he gets to come visit you. I wish I was able to get to come visit. So I'm luckily we got good internet here. So we're super excited about that. And man, you can see all the people moving around. Let me see if I can get my other camera and I can actually move it around as I'm going around. And I'm probably try to zoom in on Gunny. Once he goes live, I can zoom in on him. We'll see how it all hangs out. So registration is open. So if you want, you can come up here to Georgetown, Kentucky, White Sulphur Baptist Church. Registration is open. They start at 10. So come on up and have some fun. Let's see. All right, I got the tracking up on the software. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can rotate this thing. How far to rotate? Ooh, you see the other camera. Let's see. All right, won't go no more that way. I thought it was 360. All right, let's see. Let's go back the other way with it. All right, let's see. Let's see how far I can get it to go. Let's see. Will it go any more? No, it won't go any more, but I think depending on where Gunny sits at, we might be able to get him. So like I said, it is a beautiful morning here in Georgetown, Kentucky. Let's go a little bit more. Hopefully we can get some bodies in here that wants to be interviewed, and we can talk about why they come back every year, or if this is their first time. Oh, I can come as well. Sorry, I didn't see the comment till now. There we go. I turned it. So I got my full setup here. I know you can't see it, but I have my laptop, my extra monitor. Then I have both microphones. I got a couple of extra headphones and 2 cameras running. Yeah, man, I'll have to see when Gunny is coming and see if I'm available. I know in February we're going to Tampa for the SOF missions. So yeah, we just have to figure out all the details and stuff. So
again, in the auditorium, one person from each team can register the entire team.
As you can hear, they're talking on the microphone saying that hell yeah, man, Semper Fi. I love that. The Marine Corps ball. So I've always heard the Marine Corps ball is way different at embassies and stuff like that. So I don't. It'd be interesting to see. So especially, I'm gonna turn this other mic down real quick. It's picking up a lot of background noise, and I don't know where the background noise is coming from. But yeah, no, I'm super excited to be here, man. It's a great event, and it's well packed. Um, so yeah, it's super cool. It'd be your first experience with it. Hell yeah, man. So is the can you hear the background noise, Troy? Can you hear like people chattering and stuff like that in the background? Because I can hear people talking in the background. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. Once. So this cable here, I haven't plugged it in yet, but this cable here goes straight into the PA system, which is super cool. And we'll be able to hear Gunny and them when they're talking and reading the names and stuff, which is going to be super cool. Because the first year I did it up in when we were at Queens Lake. You could hear it, but it wasn't super loud. And of course, it wasn't as production wise, it wasn't set up as much as it is right now. So, because I was still kind of green, and I did it from my cell phone, which was cool. And I got to walk around the course and do the live. But granted, there wasn't much. The Wi-Fi wasn't as good then as it is here. So, and if I have to, I might. Do my cell phone over there and log into it as well, and have that pointed directly at Gunny. I think that might be cool. Maybe we'll see how it all plays out, because I can log my cell phone in and do it as well. That way we get kind of the full experience. So we got Georgetown, Scott County EMS. They're here. Want to give a big shout out to all of our first responders. They're first responders, man. They're friggin' amazing. Have nothing but the utmost respect for first responders. They have a job that a lot of people don't want to do, just like us in the military. A lot of people don't want to do or join the military, and first responders and first responders are amazing. So I hear a little bit of static in the headphones, but nothing too crazy, I don't think. Let's see. Got this new camera. See, we'll do that. We'll do wide. I like wide better, especially if I have people coming over here in a little bit, hopefully, and want to chit chat and talk. Hopefully they do. We'll see. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Hopefully somebody will make an announcement. I told Gunny to make an announcement if anybody wants to come over and talk, that we're over here. We'll see. It looks like somebody might be getting ready to make another announcement. All right, that was weird. Maybe too many people on the Wi-Fi. See, I was speaking highly of the Wi-Fi, and all of a sudden it just kind of died out on me there. All right, let's test the audio real quick. Ooh, a lot of static. You hear the static, or is it just me? That's a lot of static. Back feed. Troy, can you hear that static? Or is it just on my headphones? All right, we're testing the audio right now to see if we can hear um, just a little, not too bad. All right, just waiting and see if we can hear Gunny when he's talking. If not, we'll figure it out. That way we can make sure we get everything. And there's a little bit of backfeed. I don't know what the backfeed's from, but could be the PA system. How are you? You want to come on and have a conversation? You can.
Test. You got it?
It's loud.
Turn it down.
Sunday. No, yeah.
All right, you can hear them now. I think you're good. That was really good. All right, and the static went away too, but now it's back. So it could be just dead air. Good morning, Miss Marcia. How are you? Yeah, whatever he did that second time, it came through really good. Stand by. I'm gonna go over here and talk to him real quick and see what we can figure out here. Lost my wallet. These chairs are not very comfortable. All right, let's see if we can figure this out and get it. All
right, test. Testing 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. Anybody watching right now, was that too loud, or how'd that sound out there in the land of faces? Troy, how'd that sound on your end? All right, sounds good on your end. All right, cool. I'll just have to turn the monitor down when they're talking on my end so I don't blow my eardrums out. All right, I'm going to unplug it for now just because I hear a lot of static. So we'll see. We will see. We will see. So what's the weather like in the Netherlands, Troy? It's a beautiful, beautiful Kentucky day right here. Let me tell you. Beautiful, beautiful Kentucky day. Yeah, once Gunny goes cool and rainy, I hear you. So you've been there a month already? Yeah, I think I would love to eventually get into, once my youngest is graduated from high school and they're both in college and I get a little bit more free time, I want to start traveling eventually, as long as the wife gets on board. Of course, I'm going to retire before she does, definitely for sure, because I'm working towards that, working on retiring early. That way, when Gunny and I are doing this full-time podcasting, we can travel a little bit more and have events, all over the place. So I'm super, super excited. We're going to see. I just got to get to that point where we can go live, It's inside, bud. Oh, there's another team showing up. They look like they're ready to run. Let's see. Well, I can't reach that camera. I was going to try to adjust the other camera, but we'll see. There you go. You'll retire in 3 years and you can join me. Heck yeah, man. You can come on as a co-host. It'd be me, you, and Gunny. That'd be pretty fun, I think. I think that'd be pretty fun. You come on and be a co-host. And we could travel all over the country. Get a big RV, put home front sit rep on it, and just travel the country and possibly overseas and do some podcasts from overseas. I got a friend that runs the Mental Health Warrior podcast, Mr. Clifford Bauman, who lives in Italy, and he's already told me I can come visit him in Italy. So we'll definitely go do that. These mics are picking up sound pretty good. I was quite surprised that they're picking up the sound as good as they are, but they're picking it up pretty good. Sweet. I love it. I love it, Troy. I love it. I don't know where Mr. Mark ran off to. So, Troy, the gift that was given to me by Gunny this morning, because, he's had it for a while and been super busy. He didn't drive his truck to the house the other day when he came down to visit. Can I talk about that gift, or do I need to keep it on the DL? Let's start there. dude. I'd be, dude. I'm so down for that. That's my ultimate bucket list. To go to Bellawood, drink from Devil Dog Fountain, and do a live from there, bro. I'm so down for that. That would be friggin' amazing. Awesome. So I could talk about it, man. Sweet. How many are in the United States of this? Not many, right? If you don't know what I'm talking about, this hell yeah, bro. I'm so down for that. So this is what I'm talking about. This coin is Troy's coin for DEA Europol, DEA Europe. This thing is phenomenal. That's the front. Here's the back. This thing is, man, it's awesome. Awesome. And thank you, by the way. I know I said it earlier, but I'm gonna say thank you again. So it's shaped like Europe, and then it's got the flags of each country on it, and it's just phenomenal craftsmanship in a whole. And I love that it's not antique gold, because I'm not a big fan of antique gold at all. It's just an amazing coin. So thank you again for that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. We're gonna have to talk about that coming over, and heck yeah, I'm down. I'm so down. Hell, even my wife might be down for that, coming over there and hanging out and seeing the sights over there. I think that, like I said, Bellawood Devil Dog Fountain is one of my all-time bucket list things to do. So I'd be, hell yeah, man. I'd be friggin' on cloud 9. And I am wearing, they do have Moog Mile shirts here. As you can see, I'm wearing one here. They are $12, and they have different colors. They got OD green, white, maybe black, gray. They have other colors. Yeah, for sure, Troy. I will get your number from Gunny, and we can definitely talk about that for sure. Man, I'd be in hog heaven. Let me tell you, to go over there and. Yeah, it'd be just to be there, and knowing the history of Bellawood. Dude, I'm getting goose pimples just thinking about it. I mean, I'm a history nerd anyway when it comes to military history, and yeah, it'd be friggin' simply amazing. Let's just put it that way. Well, I thought I had a lady, Debbie. I thought she was going to come over and talk, but I don't know where she went. She said yes, and then she went and ran away. We'll see. I need a text. Where's Gunny? I don't see Gunny anywhere. Sun is coming up. Luckily, I got this telephone here blocking the sun as of right now. Here in a little bit, it might get a little bit different, but what is on? there, and I don't know what is causing that. Could be the internet. Yeah. Does the picture keep dropping on y'all's end too, or is it just me on the screen here? That's why I love doing things hardwired. But then again, it could be friggin' it could be just me. Okay, all right, yeah, because it keeps like the picture here just keeps going away and then coming back. But I don't know. I didn't see it happen on Facebook, so I got my phone open with Facebook over here, so I didn't know. I got up here super early, man, which is cool though. I got to come and get everything set up, ready to go for today. Which I'm a Marine. You got to get here early to set shit up and make it ready to rock and roll. This guy's got a Kevlar, so he's in boots and utes. He's got desert camis on. He looks like he might be a Marine, maybe. Can't really tell. But he's got a Kevlar with digicam on it. So yeah, hopefully when they do the thing here, these people won't be standing in front of the camera. That way we can see Gunny. If not, I'll have to put my camera up there on StreamYard and get the view that way from it. But we'll see. We will see. So registration is still ongoing at the current moment in time. You got up until almost 10 o'clock to get a team registered. So if you live close to Georgetown, Kentucky, come to White Sulphur Baptist Church here in Georgetown and get registered. You need a 4-man team. And we're going to honor and remember the 19 men that lost their life during the Battle of Mogadishu. So if you don't know about the battle or the Battle of Mogadishu, so 19 U.S. soldiers died during the battle. 84 to 97 U.S. soldiers were wounded. 1 Pakistani soldier was killed. 1 Malaysian soldier was also lost his life. Date was October 3rd through the 4th, 1993. So the operation turned into a lengthy and intensive battle, which was a significant part of the Somalia Civil War. You want to come talk? Come on. Hey, Troy. Hey, Troy's on here watching. Troy, Mark don't love you no more. Yeah, yeah. Mark don't love you no more, Troy. He's like, he ain't coming on to talk. He's camera shy. He is camera shy. As you can see, there's a lot of people walking around. Hopefully they don't trip over my power cord. Sorry, I'm looking up, doing some research. Doing some research on it, on Operation Gothic Serpent. I went back too far. I wish I had my other computer here. Gentlemen, how are you guys?
We're representing the Georgetown Scott County Marine Corps League.
Semper Fi. I'm with Detachment 729 out of Louisville. So, y'all want to get on camera and do an interview?
He mentioned about the one gentleman, Mr. Deeds.
Yep, Sam.
Yes, he mentioned, he's like, hey, we'll talk to one guy. You got a couple of minutes and talk about our Marine Corps League and what we're doing. Like that.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Yeah, who wants to sit down and?
You go first. You go.
Have a seat. Grab those headphones there. Let me get you in the camera here. Sun's coming up. How are you today, sir?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing all right. Here for a great event. So tell me who you are.
My name's John Rosequist. I belong to the Victor H. Card Detachment 1447 in Georgetown, Kentucky. And we're here to support Mogadishu Mile. We are also kind of advertising for a Marine Corps Ball November the 8th.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I forget when so I'm with Marine Corps League Detachment 729 out of Louisville, and I don't remember when our Marine Corps Ball is, but I know our Toys for Tots program is heating up right now. It's getting pretty intense, getting everything moved and relocated and all of that good stuff, getting ready for the Toys for Tots program. But so tell everybody a little bit about the Marine Corps League and what you guys do here in Georgetown.
Well, we meet the third Thursday of every month at the Scott County American Legion Post. And we support Camp Brown Bear, Toys for Tots, Wreaths Across America. We also have an honor guard where we do military funerals. We support the American Legion Post 24. And that's pretty much it. We have an annual golf tournament. And our Marine Corps Ball is coming up November the 8th here in Georgetown. Nice. At the Hilton Gardens Inn.
Nice. So Troy Stout, you know Troy, right?
I know Troy very well. He was my neighbor.
So he's watching. He says, Semper Fi, Brother John.
Oh, how you doing there, Troy?
So, yeah, he's watching over from the Netherlands. So it seems like our Marine Corps League does a lot of the same things. Like we have a lot of community engagement, Reach Across America, the Toys for Tots program, and everything that we do in the community. We have the rifle detail. We have a shooting team as well at our detachment where they do competition shooting and stuff like that. So it seems like they're pretty much universal, kind of do the same thing. What I just recently joined back in January, and I've been out of the Marine Corps since 2004, the second time, and I didn't get involved with any like VFWs, the American Legions, any of that. And then Chief Warrant Officer Cletus Evans, who runs the Marine Corps League Toys for Tots in Louisville.
Yeah,
I've known
Cletus.
I've known him for a really long time, and I said something to him. I was like, "Hey, I'm thinking about joining, the Marine Corps League." He goes, bro, come to this meeting and I'm paying your first month's dues. I was like, all right, done. You know, and of course, I love Cletus, and I've been involved with the Toys for Tots program outside of the Marine Corps League before I joined, just because of Cletus and our friendship and our relationship that we have. And when he said, hey, I'll pay your first month, I was like, man, let's do it. So Troy says, outstanding. So glad you there. So he says, thank you for being here, pretty much.
Yeah, we have a detachment shooting team also. In fact, we got 2 teams, don't we? Don't we have 2 shooting
Yeah, we
teams?
have 2 shooting teams.
And we shoot down at Bud's range down in Lexington.
Nice. So I'm taking you're not running today. Your buddy next to you, he's going to be running.
This is Gunnery Sergeant Patrick Smith.
Nice, Gunny Smith.
I'm sorry, Master Gunny.
Oh, Master Guns. Okay. We got to make sure we do that right. And he's running in a kilt. I don't know if you guys can see that, but he's. Hey, now are you doing it traditional?
No.
No. For my safety and yours, there are shorts on underneath this.
Well, awesome. So we're going to have him on here just to talk in a second to talk about why he wants to run. Is this your first time running?
Yes, I just moved here 3 years ago.
Okay. So we're going to talk to him here in just a minute as well. So what do you guys? So you guys are here promoting the Marine Corps League for Georgetown, right?
Yes, sir.
And also in support of the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky as well. So heck yeah, man.
Yeah, we have 1 team running. And actually, we were supposed to have 2, weren't we?
Yeah.
Well, we got 1 team running.
Okay. Awesome. What time is it?
It is 9:35.
Awesome. I just want to make sure we got enough time before the opening ceremonies at 10. So, so how long you been a member of the Marine Corps League?
About 5 years.
5 years.
I wish I joined earlier.
See, I'm right there with you. I think I wish I had joined earlier, but I had so much other stuff that I was doing with all the volunteering with the nonprofits that I worked with and stuff like that, and got on the board of a few of them, and I just didn't have time for the Marine Corps League because all the other meetings I had. And then when I started the podcast, I stopped doing a lot of the nonprofit work. Now I still volunteer, but I'm not on a board anymore. So it freed up a little bit of time. And then my wife was like, hey, you need to do something or I'm going to kick your butt and we're getting a divorce. And if you know anything about a Marine's wife, which you guys do, they're mean. They're evil. Be to put up with us the podcast. And then I was like, I get involved with other like-minded veterans like myself, and I was like, let's do the Marine Corps League. And that's when I talked to Cletus, and then it's history from there. So
well, thank you for having me aboard.
Well, thank you for coming out here, and thank you for supporting Mogadishu Mile Kentucky.
You're very welcome. Troy, you stay well and healthy, sir.
Yeah, he says it's cold and rainy over there right now. I told him it's a beautiful day here in Kentucky. He needs to be here, but of course, he's doing what he's doing over there. So.
Yeah, well, he loved this. I mean, he started off with Mission Possible.
Yeah,
and he evolved into this.
Heck yeah, man! It's an amazing event. This is my second time here. I didn't get to come last year, conflicting schedules, but we did the first podcast episode 2 years ago. Of course, I was still new, and I did everything on my cell phone. I didn't have the host set up then, and now we're here, and we're doing it like this. And he says he loves you. Troy says he loves you.
You hang in there.
All right, let's get our Master Guns up here. Let's talk to Master Guns and his camo kilt. Welcome to the show, Master Guns.
Oh, thank you.
So introduce yourself.
Patrick Smith. I retired 3 years ago after 30 years of active duty service in the Marine Corps.
30 years. Man. So what was your MOS?
I was 2891.
Now what is it, 2891?
Ground electronics maintenance tech.
Okay.
So I didn't fix anything. I supervised those younger Marines under me, and they fixed all that.
Nice.
Stuff.
I was 0311, so you had to break it down. You got to marine it down for me. Because I don't know all the MOSs. I know all the 03 MOSs, but when you get into the other technical MOSs, I'm like, What was that? I mean, I knew our comm guys, MOS, and I knew our motor T, but when it comes to aviation and stuff like that, nah, I didn't know that.
I did 30 years. I still don't know them all, so don't feel bad, man.
Well, they're constantly changing.
Yes, yeah, like our 2500s then became 06s.
Yeah,
and now they've merged the voice and data and everything together. It just constantly changes.
Yeah, and of course that's with anything out there in life. Everything constantly changes and evolves. But I didn't figure the Marine Corps would change as much as it has. So I was in from 97 to 01 the first time. Got out right before 9/11, and then I got recalled back in. And the reason I got out the first time was because of the politics. Like the Marine Corps had became really political, and I was like, this is not what I want. It was just a whole spectrum of things. And then after 9/11, I was the first wave of the individual ready reserves to get recalled ever in the Marine Corps history. And went back and they put us with the mobilization support battalion, and I was like, let me re-enlist. And because I only had, I think, maybe two and a half years left on my contract that I had,
service,
right? And I was like, just let me re-enlist, let me go back to my old unit. And they fought that. They were like, no, you can't do that, and I'm like, bro, you called me back from my civilian job, my civilian life, to go back to the combat refresher training, but yet you're not letting me do, let me. It was just a whole ball of wax, and I was like, ugh. But anyway, so you're running this. So you've been here 3 years. This is the first time that you're running the event. What do you think about the event so far, and what do you want to? What do you expect from it?
The event's great. It's way more organized than I thought it was going to be. And again, I've run the Marine Corps Marathon. I've done different Tough Mudders and stuff here and there. But this event is really fun. It's enjoyable. Everybody's here to have a good time. It looks challenging, but not. We're going to break it off on you, So it'll test you, but it's not going to break you. And I'm excited out of it. I got another Marine Corps League brother of mine. Again, and those that can still do it. So we grabbed a couple of younger friends of ours. One's part of the American Legion Sons, and then his other friend's a retired Marine, just not part of the league. We're trying to pull him into it. And we're just going to run it, have a good time. The goal is not to die and to finish it. Heck yeah.
So with it being primarily, the army guys that lost their life, right? For this event to be happening and to honor and remember those guys. We talk about it all the time. You did 30 years in the Marine Corps. During your course of your 30 years, you probably lost brothers and sisters during that course of 30 years. I think the more that we talk and say their names, and we never forget them. Their memory is never lost. So that's what this event means to me, that we get to honor and remember, the fallen, our brothers and sisters that paid the ultimate sacrifice. I forget where I was going with that line of question, but yeah,
you're absolutely right. I love it. One of the best things I did is when I ran the Marine Corps Marathon, and they do the Blue Mile down there, the cherry blossom going. They got the memorial of all the fallen soldiers and airmen and sailors and Marines and everything. It just stops your breath. It takes it away to realize, what you're doing this for, and to honor those people that sacrifice. I also want to bring up there are still people out there that are struggling with stuff.
Yeah.
And we cannot forget about them. And it's another huge advantage of things like the Marine Corps League, the American Legion, is getting those people, those veterans who are still struggling. Because, unfortunately, suicide is a huge issue within our community, and not having that support to reach out and talk to your brother about stuff like that is one of the things our organization can really work on, and getting together and getting those people the help and support they need.
Yeah, that's one thing that we talk about a lot here on the podcast, is that you're not alone. And that's our mission. As long as we reach one veteran a day, then we complete building that camaraderie, building that tribe, that community is what's going to help reduce the number of veteran suicides that happen on a daily. They say 22, and I'm going to throw that in quotes because we know that number is more between 45 to 55 a day that commit suicide. And a lot of those go unreported because, depending on the situation and stuff like that. If they left a note, if they didn't leave a note, and so forth. And it just blows my mind that a lot of veterans think they're alone.
Right. And the sport is so great out there. I mean,
Yeah.
I walked into their Marine Corps League, 2.5 years ago, and it was just open arms. It was like, hey, have a seat. Here's a meal. You want a beer? And it just grew from there.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the American Legion. It's not just all of the organizations are like that. So don't be afraid. Go down, go to a meeting, check it out, and I guarantee you'll find some brotherhood there.
Yeah. So I joined in January. I went to the first meeting in January, and then I didn't go back for a couple meetings because our meeting's the third Monday of each month. So I missed quite a few of them. And then when I went back and started going back, because I had to wait till my schedule cleared out so I can leave those dates open. I walked in, sat down. Of course, the first time I was there, it was open arms, like you said. Everybody's like, "Hey, Marine, how you doing?" And introducing myself, and them introducing themselves to me. And then every time I go back, they're like, "Oh, you're back. You're here." And then, I sit down, and then all of a sudden, like 10 Marines sit at the table that I'm sitting at, and I'm like, "Okay." And I'm a little taken it back because sometimes I like to sit back by myself and collect my thoughts and do all of that. But in the Marine Corps League, you sit down and boom, you get bombarded. And there's one guy, his Major Broussard. I don't know. He was enlisted, then he went officer, and he's up in age. He's a Vietnam vet, and he's got Alzheimer's and his story. It's just like, man, I love it. And I wish I could get him on the podcast, but he's turned me down because his wife has turned me down, not him, but his wife, just because of his illness. She's like, he wouldn't be able to do it. I was like, all right, I understand. I'd love to get a story just so it'd be recorded, so it'd be out there. And we talk about it here on the podcast. Be someone stranger, and this is what I mean by that. And see, I'm gonna get your take on it. So we as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger than the ones we love the most. So be somebody stranger. If you're out and about and you see somebody that looks like they're having a bad day, go up to them, say, "Hey, how you doing?" And if they give you the red flags, "I'm okay, I'm hanging in there, I'm living a dream," those are red flags right off the get-go, right? Ask the next hard question: how are you really doing? But you have to be ready for that conversation. Whether it's a 5-minute conversation or an 8-hour conversation, you have to be ready for that conversation. And what happens a lot, just like if I'm out and about, a lot of people will say, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "I'm okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm having a bad day." But yet they keep on walking. They don't even stop and talk. They just say, "Hey," it's just like, I think we need to get back to being more human and talking and having that interaction. Because if you ask me how I'm doing and I give you the red flags, hey,
you get deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
It's just like a reaction. "Hey, how you doing?" "Good," and walk on. But when someone says, "Oh man, shitty, my dog died, the wife left me, my car's broke," and then they're just like, "Oh shit, I wasn't prepared for this."
Yeah.
And you need to be prepared for that. Again, same thing when I was active duty and you saw that the young Marine that was struggling, just ask me, "Hey, are you okay, killer? Come with me."
Yeah.
And again, you're absolutely right. People are going to open up more to a stranger because they don't know them and they think their secrets will die with them.
Yeah.
So again, you have to be prepared if you're going to ask that question for the answer of, "I'm not okay, I need help," and are you willing to help that person?
Yeah.
Good morning. Anybody hasn't registered?
I probably need to get going so I can run this thing.
Yeah, I think we got a little bit of time. But thank you for coming on.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate
Troy
you.
says, "Love you, brother." So,
Thank you. Awesome. I'll be out again next year.
So Master Gunny took. Thank you for coming out to run the event. Semper Fi is what Troy says.
Number 5 to you, Troy.
All right, thank you again, sir.
No worries. Thank you.
I got something for both of you guys before y'all head out, but I'll do that here. I gotta go get my truck real quick. All right, Troy, I'll be right back. We're gonna be getting started here shortly, so I'll be right back.
Now I'm getting ready to touch David here. 1 second. Yeah.
Can you text me?
I can. You just put it in your, I can text it to you right now.
All right, everybody, open ceremony will start in 15 minutes.
You can help spread the word.
15 minutes to open ceremony.
I can do it if you want to just tell me. Go ahead.
859. Thanks, sir. So, Lee Evans, is he a data officer?
859-351.
I forget what I know he was.
So in 2005, I was in Iraq at TQ with the Cleat Evans.
Okay.
He worked at our G6.
I'll show you what it looks like.
But he was, again, that's a unique name.
It is. It is.
I'm not saying that, but again, with you being an 03, I can't believe you would have crossed paths.
Well, I didn't cross paths with him in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay. It's got to be him.
Lodging, food, everything.
He was
each one is about $3,500.
10. I think he was
Every year,
a
the
data
Marine Corps League in New Bedford,
data or
Connecticut,
networking officer.
gives us a donation of, I don't know what it is, like $200.
That's him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I'm out of cards, but I might have
Again,
one in
you
my
see it.
backpack. Where
So,
you guys sitting?
we worked under
It's that blue pin.
Kim Ogden
That's
at the
it.
time
I'll try
and
see if I have any more
Colonel
in my
Mason.
bag.
Colonel Mason would have been our G6 when we were out there. We were at TQ together. I guarantee that was him.
I'll have to-
Small world, man. When you said I'm like, yeah, Cleat Evans is just a unique name.
Oh,
There's
it
no
is.
way.
It is.
Awesome.
I'll have to tell him I met you and
Yeah.
be like, hey, he's with the Georgetown Marine Corps League up there.
Troy's a
Tell
big
him I was the gunny that came out and replaced Captain LeBlanc.
Okay, all right, I'll let him know. Well, let me
All right,
get
man.
this next
Yeah.
interview.
Do your thing, brother.
75 Marine.
Oh, okay. Jay has taken us, our group out with combating you guys multiple.
Small world. Small world.
Yeah. I saw the pictures. David,
Have a seat.
I'll be by later. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, what are you giving me this for?
You're gonna do the interview with me?
No, I don't know who you are. What Sam just sent me over to talk to you.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
Live?
Yeah, we're live right now. Troy, do you know Troy?
I know Troy very well.
He's watching right now from
Don't
the
tell
Netherlands.
Troy Stout is watching from the Netherlands.
Yes,
So,
he's watching from the Netherlands right now.
Yeah.
So do me a favor,
Yeah.
introduce yourself.
yeah. Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Tyrone. I am a retired soldier. I spent 30 years as an active duty soldier. I retired in 2014, took a break, and I was sucked back in. I work for Special Operations Command Europe. I'm in my 11th year as a senior advisor. I'm a weapons, munitions, and explosives guy. Been doing it 41 years. And in my spare time, I am the volunteer director of a very small veteran support group called Jason's Box. Jason's Box was founded by Terry Johnson. She is the mother of U.S. Army Corporal Jason Pouch. He was killed in Iraq in 2009. And when I retired, she asked me if I would stand up the organization as a volunteer director, and I did. And I've been working it ever since. So we are a very small group of all volunteers, and we focus all of our efforts on catastrophically injured service members. Here's a perfect example. We do 2 events a year. We just wrapped up half of our fall event. We took Matt Bradford out. Matt Bradford is blind, and he's a double leg amputee. And we took Matthew Sladen out. Matt Sladen is a single arm amputee, also blind. We took them deer hunting. They both shot really nice bucks.
Oh, nice.
We took them beekeeping. We took them on community events. We took them to equine therapy at Bravehearts. We took them up to Buffalo Trace and to Hartfield Distillery and all kinds of great places, and spent a week doing that, all free for them. We pay for everything from the time they leave their house to the airport, airline tickets, lodging, food. We buy them weapon of choice. We usually sent them home probably with $1,000 worth of gifts.
That's awesome.
All free for them. And the
Yeah.
only thing we ever ask of them is a recommendation for the next person.
Oh, that's awesome.
But here's where we need some help. Our very small group was nominated for a Chase / Land Rover Defender Service Award. And we made, of all these small veteran support groups, we made the top 5
nice
list.
Congratulations.
And now the winner is going to be determined by public voting. Public voting started yesterday. You can vote once a day between now and the 19th of October. There is the website. And if you guys could help us out with a vote, all you got to do is go to that website and select Jason's box, plug in your email, and hit vote, and that's it.
Well, if you do me a favor, can you email that link to me, and I'll put it in chat.
I'm going to send it to you right now. You wanted email or text?
Email. It'd be fine.
There you go. Okay, if you get this email and text, please send it far and wide. We need your vote daily. Everybody with an email address can vote. You can vote. Your spouses can vote. Your kids can vote. Your everybody you know can vote. Please forward it far and wide, and vote for us once a day. I'm going to try and highlight. I've been doing this 21 years now. I am going to try and highlight a different service member we've worked with every day. Yesterday was the opening day of voting. We highlighted Matt Bradford. A lot of you know him. Today, we're going to highlight Matthew Sladen just because we just recently took the two of them out. And then we'll go backwards in time from there. And every day, I am going to highlight one of the service members that we have worked with. Any questions? My email address is in the text that's going out, along with the website and also an overview of Jason's box. We're all volunteers. All of the donations we receive go directly to the service member. We have no administrative fees because I personally cover them. So when we have administrative fees like maintenance of our Polaris or paying taxes, all that kind of stuff, I personally pay so that all of your donation goes directly to our service members. We have two small events a year, one in the spring, one in the fall, and they include all kinds of different events as highlighted in the text email that you're going to get here in a minute. Please vote for us, Defender Service Award.
All right, so I'm going to post a link in chat as soon as I get my mouse over there. It's hard seeing where the mouse is.
It's right here. Anybody have, bring it up, you just hit it behind there. Anybody have any questions?
That's a different mouse. That's on the screen.
Anybody have any questions for me?
So Troy says, Colonel, so glad to see you. Jason's box is the best. Colonel
Tyrone
is such a good man, such a passion to help wounded military.
Thank you, Troy. Hey, I just came back from a week of overseas training Ukrainians. You know, we're still in the fight, and our service members are extremely grateful for everything you do for them. We also occasionally send care packages to deployed U.S. military. We've got one going out of our box today to some of our Special Operations Command Europe guys stationed along the borders there, doing great things for our country.
So the link is now in chat. So
awesome.
You can actually, and it's right there on the screen. So you can go click on that link. You can vote once a day. So go to that link, vote once a day to help these guys at Jason's Box win this award. I think it's super cool what you guys are doing. And then I need to get your phone number before the end of the day.
Plug it in right now.
If you want to, you can.
Yeah. Call me, text me, message me. My phone number is 859-420-8236.
8236.
And I'll send you my email too if you want it.
I'll put it in
perfect. ROTC groups, any veteran groups, please vote for us.
Yeah, so definitely go vote for them. I want to reach out to you just so we can get you on the podcast on our normal day. That way we can focus strictly on you and your mission, what you guys are doing, because I think it's freaking amazing what you guys are doing.
Appreciate it.
So, but we are getting ready for this. But thanks you for coming over and hanging out with me.
Thanks for letting me do that.
Yes, sir. You're welcome.
Vote daily.
Go vote daily. Yes, sir. Go vote daily. All right, so we're getting ready to get started. Thank you again, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Colonel. Before I forget, wrong coin. If I give you that, Troy, get mad.
Oh yeah, thank
you, sir. Thank you. All right, so we're getting ready to get started with the live. Go ahead and get this plug back in. Opening ceremony's getting ready to start, so let's get everything set up, ready to go. As soon as I find my mouse again. All right, there it is. Let's do this. All right, I'm gonna mute real quick, just temporarily.
Join me in reciting that Pledge of Allegiance. I.
What so proudly we hailed
Good morning, and let me welcome you to the 2025 Mogadishu Mile Kentucky. My name is Samuel Deeds. I am the director of the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky. We're excited to have you all here today and extremely excited to provide you with a new venue and a new course. One that is much safer and one that you as competitors can keep an eye on the people you're competing against. First, I want to thank White Sulphur Baptist Church for allowing us to host the event here this year and hopefully for many more years to come. Of course, none of this would be possible without the planning committee, our course director / race director, Josh, our volunteers, our founder and former director, Troy Stout, who upon his role returning, will return to this role. I'm only here temporarily. Come on now. He also might be watching the opening ceremonies from the Netherlands right now. And when the first Ranger team takes the course, him and his wife will be stepping off on a 1 mile ruck march of their own. Last but definitely not least, you, the competitors. This definitely is not possible without you. I'd also like to thank the Three Rangers Foundation, who back in 2021 gave us permission to run this event here in Kentucky, which was the first ever Mogadishu Mile in Kentucky and the only team event within the Mogadishu Mile family. I want to thank Blue Skies for the Good Guys and Gals Warrior Foundation and J. Magley 1845. I would be remiss if I did not mention, and bear with me, Texas Roadhouse in Georgetown, Ale8, Coca-Cola of Lexington, FOPA 2, Middletown, Ohio, C.Ed Massey Associates, Kroger Marketplace on Richmond Road in Lexington, Rolling Thunder, Chapter 5, Kentucky, Georgetown, Scott County EMS, Valor Coins and Pins, Homefront Sit Rep Podcast, the UK Persian Rifles Color Guard, Lieutenant Colonel Phillips, the boat captains that hosted the Rangers yesterday for an amazing day of fishing, the Kellys at the cabins at Serenity Hills Farm, Ford Vision Engravings, Jason's Box, VFW Post 680 Lexington, Team Fast Tracks, Fraternal Order of Eagles Area 528, Marine Corps League Detachment Victor H. Carr, Russell's Laser Engraving, Moon Companies, Kroger in Georgetown, Harrisburg, and Shelbyville. In late summer 1993, President George Clinton deployed Special Operations Task Force, known as Task Force Ranger, to Mogadishu as part of Operation Gothic Serpent to capture Somali warlord Mohammed Farah Adid. The comprised of Rangers from 3rd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment. On October 3rd and 4th, 1993, Task Force Ranger became embroiled in Somalia militiamen in an overnight gun battle. The intensity, which was liked at the time, most intense firefights since Vietnam. The story of this battle is captured and told in Mark Bowden's best-selling book, as well as the major motion picture, Black Hawk Down. On the afternoon of October 3rd, 1993, Task Force Ranger boarded Army helicopters for what was expected to be a textbook raid to capture 2 of Adid's lieutenants. Using rocket-propelled grenades, Somalia militiamen shot down 2 Black Hawk helicopters, turning a planned raid into an unexpected rescue mission. Driving that change of the mission was galvanized commitment of Army Rangers to never leave a fallen comrade. When U.S. relief convoy arrived on the morning of October 4th to relieve the battered Ranger force and return them to Mogadishu Olympic Stadium, there was only enough room in the armored vehicles for the dead and severely wounded. The walking wounded and the unscathed Rangers were moved from the helicopter crash site to Olympic Stadium on foot, a distance of about a mile. All the while still under rocket-propelled grenades and small arm fire. At the end of the battle, 19 soldiers from U.S. Army Special Operations Command, 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment Squadron, 10th Mountain Division, and 3rd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment were deceased. Many more were wounded, and 1 was captured. To those moving by foot October 4th, that relatively short but lethal distance between the helicopter crash site and Olympic Stadium became known as the Mogadishu Mile. The grueling course that you're going to enter today not only will test you physically, but will test you mentally as well. Some of you may want to quit. You'll enter the course and finish as a team. You're only as fast as your slowest person. Do not leave a teammate behind. As you attack the course today, you'll pass many flags. Flags representing each unit from the Battle of Mogadishu, flags representing each branch of the armed forces, and flags representing our first responders. When you come back into the finish line, you'll pass the American flag and the Honor Remember flag that pays homage to those who are no longer with us. Within the course, 5 obstacles, you'll see placards of the 19 men that made the ultimate sacrifice during the Battle of Mogadishu. You will place your ammo cans down by the signs and read the names of the fallen. Those names are from the U.S. Army Special Operations Command, Master Sergeant Gary Ivan Gordon, Sergeant First Class Randall David Shugart, Master Sergeant Timothy Lynn Martin, Sergeant First Class Earl Robert Fillmore Jr., Sergeant First Class Matthew Lauren Ryerson, Staff Sergeant Daniel Darrell Bush, from 160 Special Operations Aviation Regiment, Chief Warrant Officer 4, Raymond Alex Frank, Chief Warrant Officer 4, Clifton Philip Walcott, Chief Warrant Officer 3, Donovan Lee Briley, Staff Sergeant William David Cleveland, Staff Sergeant Thomas Joseph Field, from 10th Mountain Division, Sergeant Cornell Lamont Houston Sr., Private First Class James Henry Martin Jr. And from 3rd Battalion, 75th Ranger Regiment, Sergeant James Casey Joyce. Sergeant Dominic Michael Pula. Sergeant Lorenzo Manuel Ruiz. Sergeant James Edgar Smith. Corporal James Manuel Cavaco. And Specialist Richard Wayne Kowalewski. Today we not only remember the 19 men that made this ultimate sacrifice in the Battle of Mogadishu, but the 4 soldiers from the 160th that recently lost their lives in the tragic Black Hawk crash in Washington on September 17th. We remember the 11,745 service members from Kentucky that have perished in conflict since World War I, to include the 111 service members that have died in the 20 years during the Global War on Terror. Today we remember the 13 service members that died at Hamid Karzai International Airport in Kabul on August 26, 2021. Today we remember the service members that lost their lives here at home with their battle of post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury. Today, we say their names. I had a Gold Star father tell me once that a person dies twice. The first time is when they take their breath for the last time, and the second time is when their name is spoken for the last time. When you pass the signs on the course today, speak their name. When you pass a road sign dedicated to a service member, speak their name. When you see a marker at a cemetery of a service member, speak their name. As long as you say their name, they will always be honored and remembered. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the ceremony, but I do ask you to stay in place. Leaders, people that will be around next year of the ROTC, JROTC, October 3rd, 2026, right here, Mogadishu Mile, Kentucky. We'll be back at White Sulphur Baptist Church. I got the blessing from the pastor this morning, who is around here somewhere. Next, our race director Josh will explain the exercises and the course a little bit. Josh, you got him.
Thanks, Sam.
Appreciate that. Running in the church are videos of all the protocols. So after this, if at any point you want to go review those, you're welcome to go in there on the big screen. We're going to go over them here as well. Prior to that, let me say, this is an outdoor course. We've tried to mark any hazards on the trail with caution tape, but please be advised where you're running. We also have walnuts that have fallen, that type of thing. So it is an outdoor course. Also, we are reading the names, but the names that you only read will be at the 5 body weight stations. You'll see other posters out here on the course as well. You're not required to stop and call out the names. So let's get into the protocol here. I have the list here. We're doing elites first. We'll have you on deck, which will be over here by this white shed. You'll hear your team name called across the speaker. Just rally up over there. I'll meet with you and assign you a coach. That coach is going to go with you, and you're going to get 2 large ammo cans and 2 smaller ammo cans. Those have to be carried through the body weight portion. The coach will give it to you and say, "Are you ready?" And then we'll go. You have to start through the start line here where the red tent is. Coach is going to go down with you. When you get to the first one, it's the tire flip. You'll place your 4 cans close to the signs of the soldiers that had fallen. At that point, you're going to call out their name, rank and name, their date of birth, and the town that they're from, individually. So after all 4 are called out, you can start your exercise. First one is the tire flip. I don't have the tire up here, but typically what happens is two of the members just get across from each other at the tire. You'll go down, flip up the tire, that counts as one. Then your partner will flip it back, that counts as two. Your coach will be calling you on protocol and your reps. If they don't feel you've met the protocol, they'll give you one warning, but count that rep. But on the next one, you better get it right or you won't count. If you have any questions, just ask your coach on that. After you finish the 100 reps, and it doesn't matter who's doing them, one person can do 99 and one person can do 1. It's split up however you want. You pick up the ammo cans, and your coach will direct you to run around the first flag. It's a serpentine. You get to station 2. Station 2 is the box jump. You see my nephew over here with the box. You can either jump up on the box or step up on the box. As long as both feet get to the top of the box at the same time and both feet get to the ground at the same time. That'll count as 1 rep. Your coach will be counting you for reps and protocol. After you get 100 done of that, of course, you're also going to have to be calling out the names of the soldiers. You'll pick your ammo can back up, run around the next flag. Your coach will meet you at Station 3. Station 3 is slam ball. You have to pick up the ball, stand upright, have the ball above your head, slam it to the ground, pick it back up, above the head, slam it down. On these events, you're going to see several slam balls out there, but your team can only be performing on 1 ball. It's just 1 at a time. Same with the box jump, same with the tire flip. Those are so more than 1 team can be there at the same time. After the slam ball, your coach will direct you to run down, do the serpentine, go to the next unit. The next one after slam ball will be burpees. When you do the burpees, you don't have to do a push-up. Feet will go back. You're in the lean and rest. Hands above your head. Jump again. Down to the ground. Chest doesn't have to touch. Hands above head. There we go. 100 reps. Divide it up however you want as long as you get 100 reps. Coach will then tell you to go to the next flag, and you get to the last station. Station 5 will do push-ups. You start with your chest on the ground, hands off the ground, and that's 1 and 2. Make sure you lock your arms all the way out. Make sure your hands come off the ground. Then you'll finish the push-ups. You'll follow the road down the last flag. Coach will still be with you, telling you where to go. You'll come back to where we started, and you'll drop off your ammo can. At that point, you'll put on your rucksack, and the 4-person team will now complete the mile. On the mile again, along the tree line, just be careful. You have tried to get all the walnuts out and whatnot. You basically follow the perimeter of the fence. It's marked. And you'll run all the way down to where people are parking. We'll have coaches down there to direct you. It's basically 4 turns again. You run around the flag. You come back up to this area. We'll have coaches down there, and you're just going to run around that flag. No announcements of names, no ammo cans. At this point, you still just have the rucksack on, and you're running as a 4-person team. At your last turn down here at the parking lot, you run through with the tree line here, and that'll bring you up to your finish. Cross the finish line, take your rucksacks off, return them where you had it, and that's the protocol for the race. Again, it's running in the gym if you want to see it. I would like to thank Athlete House and Stretch for Strength. They're here at the tents. If you need anything stretched out, if you have any questions for them, they're more than welcome. They've been willing to help us out this year. There are hydration stations along the course, but we also have water, Gatorade here, and fruit, and Texas Roadhouse is catering later. Last year, we wrapped up around 2 o'clock. We'll be keeping track of the times, and at the end, we'll present the awards first, second, and third event, and for first, second, and third for any all-female teams. If you have any questions after that, feel free to grab me. I'll be by the red tent, and me or one of my assistants will answer any questions.
Can't emphasize it enough. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Ranger teams 1 and 2, you're in the car.
All right.
Gunny.
What you turn that? Okay.
Gunny using his gunny voice. Gunny was definitely using his gunny voice just then. All right, let's turn this camera back around. There we go. Ooh, look at that mug. Boy, that was an ugly mug. So once again, we are at the 2025 Mogadishu Mile Kentucky event at White Sulphur Baptist Church here in beautiful Georgetown, Kentucky.
All right, coaches, please report to the start line. Coaches, report to the start line. And if you're working one of the turns, please come to the start line. We'll get you stationed and get the race going. Thank you.
Here comes Gunny. Gunny's back. Guess who's back? Back again.
Yeah, Gunny's back.
Here, let me turn the camera a little bit more. There we go. So the audio kept cutting in and out. I don't know what was causing the audio.
Yeah, I don't know. It was doing up there on my end too. And I heard it through the big speakers a couple times. I don't know if it was just a disconnection of the mic, like it was the battery's not charged or new batteries or whatever. But yeah, dude.
The heat's coming on.
The heat tab is up for sure.
Yes.
Hydration is going to be key today. Staying in the shade is going to be key today. We have plenty of it. We've got AC inside if they need it. We have, I'll tell you what, between the 3-4 different Krogers that donated stuff and Coca-Cola of Lexington, we ended up with 34 cases of water.
Oh, dang.
So the 36-pack cases of water.
Heck yeah.
And then up with, I think, 15 cases of Gatorade/Powerade. And then, of course, I mean, I can't thank Ale8 enough. They've sponsored us every single year. There are 67 cases of Ale8 product.
Heck yeah.
So Ale8, all the different flavors. There's ski, which a case of that might be going back home with me.
Well, you're not going back home right now. Well, you are. You're getting ready to go on the cruise.
So 3 o'clock. We got everybody through the course last year by 2. Rangers are getting ready to kick off right now. They're doing a coach's brief, and then we're going to get teams in the course. So, yeah, super excited. We did condense opening ceremonies a little bit this year, just change it up, get everybody out of
here. Yeah, I noticed it wasn't the same as 2 years ago.
Yeah, you know, it's good to change it up. You know, we always do a very heartwarming, touching opening ceremony, and obviously saying the names, right, is the main thing. But, yeah, it's just – this event every year, I mean, it gets me just because, you know, growing up in Howland, Maine, you know, I was a freshman when Operation Gothic Serpent started, right? So yeah. Operation Gothic Serpent started in August of 1993, and a lot of people don't realize that. And then there was an attack on some coalition forces, which prompted Task Force Ranger.
Yeah.
And then part of Task Force Ranger was you know, the Delta community, the special operations community from the Army, and Gary Gordon, who was from Lincoln, Maine, which is, depending on where you are in town, it's 15 to 18 miles to Lincoln.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So when the battle started, it hit really close to home just because Gary was right there. I mean, Lincoln Mannock Academy is one of our rival schools. And obviously, you know, Gary had graduated years before me, but still the community was shook when that started. And then, you know, word started spreading of his death. It was on the news. And then the months that led up to him coming home, you know, his body hadn't been recovered yet. And then they got his body recovered. They got him sent back home. And I want to say they had his funeral and they interned him in January of late 93, early 94. And now there's a monument. You know, every Medal of Honor recipient has a monument out there of themselves. And, you know, when they asked Gary's mom to do it, she goes, yeah, absolutely, we can do it. But the other 18 names are going to be added to that plaque.
Heck yeah.
This isn't just about Gary. It's about the other 18 guys that were killed there too. So, you know, all 19 names are on Gary's statue, and then he's buried across Route 2 in the cemetery in Lincoln, and I think it's East Broadway, West Broadway. I don't remember. And it's been 28 years since I've been living there, so streets and everything.
Yeah,
it's Route 2. So across Route 2 is the cemetery, and that's where Gary's buried. So every time I go home, I go pay my respects. We've laid a Mogadishu Mile coin on the statue and on his marker up there in Lincoln. But yeah, no, just 61 teams, bro.
That's awesome.
61 teams.
That's you got at first 57, but you got 60.
Yeah,
61 teams.
I went in and counted after registration had closed. 61 teams.
That's freaking amazing,
dude. So excited, and again, I said it earlier, off camera. This is all due to Troy's hard work.
Yeah.
Right. We turned this over, a month, truly turned it over a month prior to him leaving. I did not create this in a month. Right.
Right.
I'm just the placeholder until he gets his butt back here from overseas. He will be taking over as the director again.
Yeah.
But, again, the volunteers that Troy put together helps make this a low stress, no stress day. We've got the partners from Jay Mattingly. We've got, Rolling Thunder Chapter 5 Kentucky, all the ROTC units, the JROTC units, the civilian teams that show up.
I know, I see that.
There's a couple law enforcement teams here as well. I did see some of the KSP guys here that have a team, and maybe we'll put them up against the Rangers and see how they do.
They're like, no, we're not doing that.
But no, it's great to see these guys turn out, and again, I said earlier, it's not about the money, it's not about the pumping circumstance, it's about honoring those 19 men.
You set a new record. Troy says you set a new record.
We. There's no you in this.
Well, he says Sam. He said Willis. Sam set a new record.
Yeah. But no, not me.
Yeah.
Not me. We. So it's Debbie and Heather, and it's Lanny, and it's Jay, and it's Jeremy and Brent and Mark, and every it's Ben. Every single person that touches this every single year since the beginning, and most of, I'm going to say 98% of them. Well, I can say 100%. Because I'm including that, right?
Yeah.
Are all Troy's friends, or they're members of the church, or they're guys he worked with, or it's people that he knew about.
Yeah.
Right. I live an hour and 15 minutes away from here. It's not me.
Right.
His house is literally 5 minutes
Dang.
from here. That's how long it took me to get here this morning. I woke up at 6:15 and was still here after a shower by 6:28.
Yeah. You definitely beat me here.
So, but no, again, it's all his hard work, and he says I'm the director, but I can't tell you how many messages I've seen in the past 2 weeks going from him back to people here. Hey, you need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this.
You know that guy Troy's talking about?
Yeah, Matt Harris. So yeah, Matt. Dude, I tell you what, that dude, he was the first person, the first team, the first year to sign up. So Team Pegasus. Guess who the first team to sign up is every single year?
Team Pegasus.
Team Pegasus. He came to J-Matt this year on the release, and he was the first person to buy a bottle, too, of the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky.
That's awesome.
By the way, Todd, who is the commemorative edition director down there at J-Matt, told me this morning, Mogadishu Mile Kentucky bottles, gone.
Sold out.
Completely sold out.
That's freaking phenomenal.
So,
I wish I had phenomenal here.
No, that's on my keyboard. That's on my keyboard.
I know mine don't have that one.
Yeah, well, that's my voice on there. Phenomenal. But yeah, it's just that partnership with J-Matt. Again, Troy put that together, and they truly believe in what we do here with Mogadishu Mile Kentucky. And I can't tell you how many people I've had come up to me. One of the instructors from Western Kentucky came up. You guys do an amazing thing. Thank you. He's retiring this year. He goes, I might put a team together back next year and come back and run.
That's
I was
awesome.
like, you going to run against your boys? He's like, no, I'm too old for that. I can't do that anymore.
He'd be in the amateur hour.
Yeah, we'll put him in the novice category. But yeah, it's just great. And Rolling Thunder, Chapter 5 Kentucky rolled in here with 8-10 motorcycles this morning. They're all right here. Yeah, to kick us off. You got Heather's been a great help. Debbie's been a great help, and helping with registration this morning because they've done it every single year.
Yeah.
And now running.
I was talking with Colonel when he came over. You sent him over, and he didn't.
Joe?
He didn't even know why he was coming over. He goes, Sam sent me over here. I was like, yeah, we're doing a podcast live. He was live. I was like, yeah. So he talked about
Jason's box,
and it was super cool, and just to hear his story. So I do have his phone number. We're going to reach out to him and have him on the podcast.
And Jason's box has been a huge help every single year too. He brings his gator out and helps us set up the course. And I could probably go on for an hour of the people that touch this event. And again, and it's not because of Sam Deeds.
Right.
It's because of Troy. And we're not going to say his last name, but it's because of Troy.
Right.
This is all him, and everybody that he has put together here. The sound guy that does the sound of the church, Todd and Michelle. They came in from, I think, like Jacksonville or something last night, Florida. Last night they drove through the night to get here today. And Todd's like, "Sorry, I'm late." I'm like, "You're not late. We're good, man."
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that he had the.
If I have to, I can use the gunny voice. I don't.
You did use the gunny voice.
A little bit. I mean, I could do it for the whole ceremony, but I don't like to. I want to have a voice going. Maybe I don't. Going into this next week on the cruise with Warriors Honor Cruise.
Well, I think you're going to have fun on Warrior Honor Cruise. And I just love, I was here 2 years ago when the event at Queens Lake and
the other location.
Yeah, the other location. And just to see the growth from then to now.
Every year.
It's a testament to all the volunteers and the people that put on the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky event. And, the support that you have from the Three Rangers Foundation and all the community partners out there. It's awesome. And I'm honored to be, the media partner for Mogadishu Mile Kentucky.
You kind of don't have a choice.
I know I kind of don't have a choice because the director, my co-host is the director. But what I did think about was we're not on the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky page as an admin, so I can't stream to that page.
Yeah.
So next year we'll have to make it.
I can do that. I can do that.
Yeah. So we can next year. That way we can stream to the Mogadishu Mile page as well. And then what did Troy just say there?
He says a live broadcast from Bellawood and Devil Dog Fountain on home front sit rep. Let's go.
We were talking about that earlier before the live. I was like, dude, I'm down. That's my ultimate bucket list place to be is Bellawood, Devil Dog Fountain.
Well,
I know you're going. I'm already jelly. I already told Troy I was jelly. I was like, dude, I'm jelly.
Yeah.
He's like, well, you can come with him. I was like, well, let me talk to the wife. Let me get the dates and see if we can make that happen. Because I'm down like Flynn, man. I'd be ready to rock and roll. But I got to talk to Master Guns from the Marine Corps League and and the other guy, I forget his name off the top of my head. He didn't tell me his rank, I don't think. But got to talk to both of those guys, and then Colonel came over and he sat down. I did give all three of them a home front sit rep coin. I did bring maybe 10. I think I brought with me to hand out to people that we had on the show. Just to say thank you for coming on and talking about who they are, what they do, and then what this event means to them. So did you ever wind up giving Troy one of our coins?
I don't know if I did or not.
Well, when you go over there, if I don't go with you, you need to take him a coin as well. So
I got to go deal with food.
All right, go for it. So Troy, if Gunny didn't give you one, we need to make sure that happens. That way you get one. So my plan, hopefully here shortly, is to drive around because I don't do too much walking, and log in with my phone as well. That way we can see some of the participants doing the event and stuff. I just got to find Mark and see if he can get a golf cart or something. That way we can drive around because I'm not in shape to walk a course, especially with my knee in this tall grass. But yeah, definitely if you were in the area, in the Georgetown, Kentucky area, and you want to come see the event, come to White Sulphur Baptist Church in beautiful Georgetown, Kentucky. That's where we're at currently, and come see the event. and see what it's about. And then maybe next year you would want to put on a team and register for the 2026 event, and support the amazing people and honor and remember the fallen. So,
sorry, I had to go deal with our partners there at Texas Roadhouse. They've been so gracious the past few years to donate food to all the competitors and
heck yeah,
and then serve it as well.
Yeah, I remember 2 years ago. It was pretty good eating.
All I need is a roll and some cinnamon butter.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe 2.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
2.
there you go. So I was telling. Here in a little bit, I'm going to log in on my phone, and once I find Mark, I know he's around here somewhere. I'll have him drive me around on a golf cart or something, so we could see participants and stuff. I'm going to leave this up and running, and then that way we can drive around and do the, show the course and show the exercises and all of that good jazz.
Yeah, again, I mean, it's going to be a 40-meter-ish run to that first exercise, which is the tire flips. You'll see two competitors from each team doing that tire flip until they get 100. That's a lot, man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And then they'll do an 80-meter loop, if you will, back to that second exercise, which is your box jump / step up. Then they'll do another 80-meter to the medicine ball / ball smash slam. And then they'll do another 80 meters to do the burpees. And then another 80 meters to finish it with 100 push-ups.
Sorry, I was making plans.
No, you're good. You're good.
That way.
Yeah, so yeah, just it's pretty strenuous. That first, it's almost probably half a mile maybe in the first portion with the exercise and stuff. But you're stopping and you're.
Tell Frank what we're doing.
Hey, Frank. So we are doing here in Georgetown, Kentucky today
at White Sulphur
Baptist Church. We are doing what's called the Mogadishu Mile. It was started by the Three Rangers Foundation to commemorate the 19 men that were lost during the Battle of Mogadishu. It's been a run / walk for most of the Mogadishu miles, but then myself and my partner Troy, we make it pretty grueling for the team. So it's 5 body weight-ish exercises. Oh, first team's in the chute. I just heard them go.
There they go.
And there goes the Rangers. All right. We got Team Pegasus.
Team Pegasus. We were just talking about Team Pegasus.
Jump on in there. You might have to get closer.
Yeah, have a seat.
Troy's watching. He nominated you to talk for a little bit.
Yeah.
Hi, Troy.
Yeah, so Troy's watching from overseas at the present moment in time. So you've ran every year.
Yes, sir.
And they were saying that you were the first one to register. You're the first one to do pretty much everything that goes on with the Moog Mile.
Yep.
So what does this event mean to you, and why do you keep coming back every year?
I just love helping the Three Rangers, the whole cause of helping the veterans, everything. It just means the world to me. I tell all my team, my wife, this is my favorite event of the entire year. Everything that we do, this is it.
Heck yeah. So what is Team Pegasus? What is that?
Team Pegasus is a construction business that's out of Georgetown, Kentucky. I'm his son-in-law, and it's veteran-owned, so this ties connected directly to our hearts. We love this thing. Each year it gets better and better, and the feeling and the experience that you have here, it's a brilliant thing to be a part of. And I think the more and more people get involved, the more they get to see it, the brilliance of it, and what a better thing to be a part of. To honor those that have laid down their lives for us to be able to have the freedom we have and the brilliance that we get to have as Americans. So,
Heck yeah. Well, thank you guys. And I know Troy thanks you guys. What did he say? My man Matt, Team Pegasus is in the house.
We're here. We're going to represent.
That's right, Troy. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Travel safely.
Travel safely. Yeah, he's says it's rainy and cold where he is at the present moment in time. So
well, it's sunshine in here, so I'm have to rub it in.
Yeah, the heat tab is coming out because it felt great earlier, and then now it's getting hot. But I know you guys are getting ready to go in. Yep. Good luck and have a great race.
Yes, sir. Thank
you. Thank you guys. So yeah, here in a minute we're going to tour the course here in just a minute. Like I said, the heat tab is out and about at the present moment in time. That's why you see a lot of shadows. There's nothing I can do about that because we are outside. So we're just going to have to deal with it. So Frank, we Gunny, myself are not running. I'm going to be in a golf cart here in a minute and driving around the course. But this is a great event to honor and remember the 19 service members that lost their life during the Battle of Mogadishu, Operation Gothic Serpent in 1993. Today is the second day. Team 2 just started it right now, so we're super cool about that. So, yeah, October 3rd and 4th of 1993 was the 17-hour, one of the most deadliest, bloodiest conflict that America has been in since Vietnam. So this event is near and dear. For one, I got a good friend that was with the 10th Mountain during Operation Gothic Serpent. His name's James Thornton. He's an ambassador for Warrior Rounds, which is based out of Nashville. And so I've got to talk to him, many, many times about it. And then to get to see the Rangers and all these JROTC programs and the ROTC programs from EKU, University of Kentucky, Western Kentucky, U of L, all come up here and support this mission. And like Gunny said, 61 teams when registration closed. That's friggin' phenomenal.
Vote for Jason's box.
Vote for Jason's box. The link is in chat there. Scroll up if you didn't see it. Scroll up to Jason's box and vote for them to win the award that they're nominated for, which is friggin' phenomenal. So yeah, here in just a few minutes, we're going to be going around the course. I'm going to leave this open. I'm probably going to mute the mic. That way people don't say stupid stuff when I'm driving around the course. But yeah, just stay tuned. Troy, I think Troy is doing his mile. I don't know if he started his mile yet, but I think Troy's out doing his mile in the Netherlands. So, and you're not crazy, Frank. You're just staying in shape, my friend. Just staying in shape. I'm going to go ahead and stop the other camera for now. Let's see. If I can find my mouse. This sun is bright. There you go. There we go. Full screen. Yeah. Just, so we're getting ready to go drive around the course here in just a few minutes, and it already started. 2 teams already went. I want to do it while the teams are running. So that way we can watch them do exercises and stuff. So, all right, I'm going to put this on mute, log in with my phone, and we're going to go toward the course. Frank, you have a good day too, Frank. All right. Can y'all hear me? Hopefully y'all can hear me. I can't really tell, but let's turn this camera around. Maybe. Mhm. All right, so we're getting ready to getting my tripod set up here. So we can go see the course.
Crumble cookies, make your way to the tree by the start line, please. Crumble cookies.
No, it's up front. Oh,
I need to see find Sam's before we start doing the video.
I'm already on the video. Why we need to find Sam for?
Under charger.
For what?
See Sam.
Is it a C? Is it a C?
Yeah.
Here, hold this. It's not on. Is it a C or what is it? All right, I might have one.
Just push right there.
I don't know if I got a long one though. What's that? All right, so Troy, I'm assuming that there was no audio while we were doing the course. I don't know why my phone decided it didn't want to have audio. I do apologize for that. I thought it did have audio, but I guess not. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to turn. Too far. What the heck? How are you? You come to talk to me?
I was told to come talk to you.
Awesome. All right.
I don't know what we're going to talk about, but
Well,
I can wing it.
let's do it. Let's do it. Let me get this camera fixed here. I was in the process of turning it towards the crowd, but we'll swing it back.
No worries. We got another event this afternoon, so we'll probably have to pack up and leave in a little bit.
Busy lady.
Morehead State
Little bit.
Eagles coming up to the start line. Morehead State
If I can
Eagles.
find the. All right, let me fix the camera so we get in. All right, welcome. Here, you want to put the headphones on so that you can hear.
There we go.
Welcome to Homefront Sit Rep. How are you doing today?
I'm doing just great. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Hopefully you can hear me and not the motorcycles. Do me a favor. Introduce yourself to the world of Homefront Sit Rep if you don't mind.
Hi, my name's Nicole Horseman. I am
Let's let the
Rolling Thunder take off.
Thunder take off. That's why they're called Rolling Thunder. Super loud.
They do a lot of amazing work.
Oh yeah, them and the Patriot Guard.
I'm a member of Rolling Thunder too, so
Okay.
I just don't get to go with them very often because of my other responsibilities.
Right. Yeah, we're going to get to that here in just a minute. As soon as we get them out of here. And I think they're getting ready to take off. Yeah, I did, Troy. So you know Troy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's watching from the Netherlands at the present moment in time. We just got done doing the course. I thought I had audio, but obviously the phone was not working properly. So do me a favor, introduce yourself to the world of Homefront Sit Rep if you don't mind.
My name is Nicole Horseman. I am currently the state commander for the Veteran of Foreign Wars for the Department of Kentucky.
Nice. So there's post commanders and then there's the state commander, which you handle all the posts in the state of Kentucky.
Correct.
And tell everybody what the VFW does for veterans, because everybody sees the negative parts of the VFW, and not all VFW posts run the same. So you might have a good post here, you might have a bad post here. I know I had a negative experience at one of the VFW posts in Louisville. I'm not going to call them out, but tell people what the VFW does.
Well, the VFW does a lot of different things. You are right. There are posts out there that don't always adhere to the mission, but the Veterans of Foreign Wars is the oldest congressionally chartered veteran service organization in the country. Been around for 125 years. We advocate. Advocacy is really our biggest thing, making sure that legislation is passed to protect veterans, the military, their families, the benefits that we have earned and have a right to. So every spring we spend a full week in DC, and we pound the halls and have meetings with all of our senators, all of our Congress people, and looking after veterans and what they need going forward in the future. Especially since we just finished a 20+ year war that boosted the amount of veterans across the country and around the world since Vietnam and the World Wars. The other things that we do a lot of youth activities, community activities. So we have our scholarships. We have Voice of Democracy for our high schoolers. The top national award for that is $35,000. Then we have a Patriot Pen, which is a written essay for our middle schoolers. We also have the auxiliary, which is composed of the family members of the qualifying veterans. So grandparents, parents, spouses, siblings, children, grandchildren. And they have scholarship opportunities as well. They have a beautiful art competition. It is amazing to see the winners of that when you realize, wow, that was a 15-year-old that made that picture or sculpture. We do have posts. Every post does vary. We, I think, got a bad rap over a certain period of time. Everybody thinks that the VFW is a smoke-filled bar full of angry veterans. A vast majority of our posts no longer allow smoking. Several of them still have a canteen. I can't promise you won't find an angry veteran every once in a while.
Right.
It's just par for the course. But at the end of the day, like my post here in Lexington, for example, yes, we have a canteen. Yes, we have some charitable gaming activity. Those are a means to what we use to donate to events like this, food banks, do our scholarships for our kids. It's not our core purpose. So today we're here this afternoon, us and our auxiliary, we're going to a cemetery and we're going to scrub military headstones and get them all cleaned up. We sponsor a Cub Scout pack. What I recommend people is join the VFW. If you have a battle buddy that's a member, join their post. I don't care if you don't live in Kentucky, come join my post. And then go visit VFWs in your area and find the one that suits you.
Right.
And if you can't find one that suits you,
create your own.
Start your own charter.
Yeah.
And we're happy to help with that too.
So what are the requirements to become a member of a VFW? Because I know there are certain requirements that you have to meet. And like I know with the DD-214, there's certain things that's got to be on there. So like somebody that served during a wartime situation but never stepped foot in a combat zone, what's the requirements?
So basically, everybody wants to say you have to be a combat veteran. That's true, but it's not true. Generally, especially with the recent wars, you're looking for your Iraq campaign medal, your Afghanistan, Army an expeditionary medal is a qualifier. Some of the other ones people don't realize, if you served 30 consecutive or 60 non-consecutive days in Korea, you qualify for the VFW because it's still designated combat zone.
Right.
If you at any time went anywhere and received imminent or hostile pay, that's on your LES statement. You bring your LES statement and a DD-214 showing an honorable discharge, you qualify for the VFW.
Okay. So let's say a situation like me. All right. So I was in from 97 to 01, got out right 11 happened. And then after 9/11 happened, I was recalled back in. And I stayed in for another year and a half after that. So I do rate the War on Terrorism medal and stuff of that nature. Does that qualify me for being a VFW member?
Without actually seeing your DD-214, like, so if people get confused, because we have the Global War on Terrorism medal, but then there's the expeditionary version. The expeditionary is the qualifier. Now, what I tell people, just because you don't necessarily qualify for the VFW side, if you have a grandparent, parent, spouse, sibling, child, or grandchild that qualifies, come be part of the auxiliary, be part of our volunteer force. They advocate, our auxiliary works with us hand in hand, and we all advocate together for the same mission, which is veterans, their families, and our communities.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. So a couple of the VFWs that I've gone and visited, like there's no smoking team, and they were focused on doing other things within the community. A lot of the canteen want to. A lot of the older generation didn't want to change, and you had some younger generation that stepped up and tried to change. And then the older generation is like, no, we don't want to do it. We've been done it this way for so long. So why is there such disparity between the older generation and the newer generation of veterans? What's the cause for that?
I don't have a really definitive answer on that. I have opinions. I think part of it is the older generation is more in the mindset of, well, we've always done it that way. Well, just because you've always done it that way doesn't mean it's the way you should do it.
Right.
It doesn't mean that you can't evolve and change and move forward. I mean, for years you had to be in person, and now we use Zoom. So I have a large number of my members that can come to meetings again that are in nursing homes or homebound. They're able, because we have Zoom. The other thing with it is, you know, our generation, I'm an Iraq vet. I'm a little bit of a late bloomer. I have an 8 and 10-year-old at home. I got to have other activities for them. There has to be family friendly things.
Right.
And that's part of where the auxiliary comes in, because then it's your family.
Right.
You know, none of us deployed, none of us served in the military period without the support of our family. It's what has got us through. It's what keeps us going. So I think the other thing with the older generation, I actually have veterans saying this, I don't want to spend time around kids. I come down here to get away from everybody. Well, that's when, as a unit, you don't necessarily have the kids down there 24/7,
right?
But you don't have adult only activities 24/7. You have to find that balance. The other thing is, golf scrambles used to be a huge deal.
Yeah,
that's what everybody did. Well, the younger generation, yeah, a few of us golf, but they want to do 5Ks. They want to go hiking. They want to do
cornhole tournaments.
They
karaoke, stuff like
sometimes
that.
Karaoke. They want to do Jeeper events and bring all their Jeeps out and see who can drive up on each other's tires. You know, they're more into those things.
Right.
That is where one of the things the VFW started in the last couple of years that is absolutely phenomenal is combat tested gaming. It is an online platform for our VFW members, and they have gaming competitions.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to start bringing that about in Kentucky. We're going to start having gaming tournaments at VFWs.
Nice.
And that has had some remarkable results just in building the camaraderie and saving lives, because that's one of the key things people don't always understand. Camaraderie saves lives.
Yes, it does.
And we have found that through combat tested gaming. Veterans that struggle to get out in public, out in crowds, go out in places, they're getting that camaraderie through that online platform. And we don't just have person shooter games. They've got a lot of other stuff on there that's,
heck yeah.
You know.
So I've doing this podcast. I've been doing it for almost 3 years now, and I've talked to a few veterans that are into heavy gaming, and they do it competitively. Some do it just to hang out with. He created, so he was part of Ubisoft with Clancy verse. So like Ghost Recon and those games that came out in the early mid 90s, late 90s, you know, Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon and all of those. Well, he was the lead writer for those games. And he now left and he created his own company called Victory's Grave Outflanked. Now, the key behind this game is it's a game that's created by veterans for veterans, which is super cool. And that's what All right, so I don't know what happened there. We got kicked out of the studio for a second. But anyway, so Lewis created a game for veterans by veterans. And I think that was super cool that he wanted to utilize other veterans to help create a game for us. And it's a player versus player shooter game. And you get to build your own. So you start in a city, and then you get to build your city, and then you have a field in between you and your person you're going against. And as you're doing this simulation, this game, you get to build your own trenches, you get to build all your defenses and stuff like that. And it's an ongoing evolution. So it might take 2 to 3 hours to complete a game, but you're building the whole time, which I think is super cool. Right now it's in alpha testing, so it hasn't got the beta version yet. It's going to be released on computer that will help bring in the younger generation, because I know a couple years back people are like, well, if we don't get the younger generation involved in the VFWs, the American Legions, the AMVETS posts and stuff like that, they're like, we're going to die, we're going to go away. And like you said, the VFW's been around a really long time. Alcohol for a really, really long time. And my thought process was, well, all VFWs are about the canteen, and I didn't want to be around the alcohol. And then, now here 15 plus years later, I'll drink every now and then. Like I might drink 1 or 2 drinks and then I'm done, right? Because I know if I go down that slippery slope, I'll slip back in. But going around to the different VFW posts, I have noticed that a lot of them don't focus strictly on the canteen, and they have adapted to change to the times, which is super cool. Like I said, I don't get involved in many. I'm in the Marine Corps League. I'm not part of the VFW or American Legions or anything like that. I got a buddy that lives out in Texas. He goes to the VFW post in Tomball, Texas. Legion, DAV, AMVETS post, wherever. You need to find your tribe and find your like-minded veterans, because you are not alone.
That is absolutely true. And I'll share a very personal story. I have an older sibling that I have not seen in many, many, many years. And when I was very much younger, I did speak to him, and he said the word family. And it hurt me, because I was raised by a family that blood makes you family.
Right.
And it was not until I became part of the VFW in Lexington and established the friendships that I have that I realized my brother was right.
Yeah.
I have more family in this organization that will drop everything in the blink of an eye to assist me, help me, get me or my kids or my husband wherever they need to go.
Yeah. So I will agree with you 100% on that, because I have family members, not saying not like immediate family, but family members that I don't consider family. I have friends, and there's a saying that family is the friends you choose. And the good thing about being in the military, we have that brotherhood, sisterhood that we have. Like, you could go out and you could meet a veteran. Let's say you're at a bar, just throwing it out there. You can walk up and see and scan the area. You can pick out who's a veteran or who might be a veteran, and you can go up and talk to that person, and you're going to be instant buds. Not saying, and then you're going to start being by their side pretty much all night, because I've seen it happen.
Yep.
Same thing with firefighters, same thing with law enforcement. You usually can pick each other out of a group, and you just have that instant bond. And like me and Gunny, I'm Gunny on the Yellowfoot line. We went to there. We went there. We served for 3 years together, and then we went our separate ways. We lost contact for almost 20 years, and then all of a sudden, the Book of Faces, we got reconnected, and it's like we never missed a beat. And I'm thankful for that, and that's what I love about the veteran community. Granted, we as Marines, we pick on Army, Navy, Air Force, and so forth. Everybody picks on everybody. But let some Joe Smo civilian.
Yeah, no, they can't pick.
They can't do it.
It's like I can poke fun at my sister, but you can't poke fun at my sister.
Right. And that's what I love about it. Friends are the family you choose. I have a very large friend group. We go on vacations together. We hang out at each other's houses, and to me, some of those, or most of those, are more family than some of my blood-related family, and that's what I love about the military community. And so, how many years has the VFW the Moog Mile here in Kentucky?
I believe this is the second year. That we were approached last year, and we went out to the other location. Troy approached me earlier this year, and I said, absolutely, we will be there, whatever we have to do. We will be back next year. We will keep coming as long as they keep doing this.
Heck yeah.
We have one of our members at the local post. He is a ranger, very active in several ranger groups. I think he had a different ranger obligation is why he wasn't out here with us this week. So yeah, we will continue to support this. We will support all veteran organizations that are focused on the actual mission.
Heck yeah. No, I love it. And I want to say thank you for coming over and talking about the VFW and what you do and why you love coming to this event and supporting that event. This is, I'm, like I said, Sam's my brother from another mother, and I'm always going to be here to support him and the organization. And like he told me earlier, he goes, because we are Homefront Sit Rep, the podcast, we do focus on veteran service organizations from around the country, the mom and pops, the grassroots that still care about us as veterans and don't see us as a number. Because we all know the big ones, they see us as numbers, and when we leave their organization or have move to another organization, they're like, oh well, you took my money, because that's what they see us as. They see us as dollar signs, and that's what I love about like the VFWs and the American Legions. They're not that way. They're still grassroots, and like you said, you go to DC one week a year, and you guys are lobbying for veteran eccentric bills and stuff like that to get passed. Now, are you guys involved with like the Americans for Prosperity that do a lot for veterans as well, which is another it's a national 501c3 that goes to DC that does a lot of lobbying and stuff for veteran.
The VFW, they evaluate the different bills and things that are coming out. So we have our at different committees, different events. So it's not just the 1 week that we go. I guess I should clarify that. There's 1 week that all 54 department commanders or 52 department commanders and anybody from their department that wants to make the trip goes with all the national staff to advocate. Now, in the in-between of that, they do a mini session in September. I have a national legislative rep. His name's Nathan. He's past department commander of Kentucky as well. He just went to DC with a couple folks in September. It's like a real short mini trip. But in between all those, we have that dedicated staff that is constantly in the halls of Congress, in the Senate, and demanding that this is why you have to do this. You know, people, I've heard someone say, you know, VA compensation for disability, that's just an entitlement. Nope. That is a contractual benefit that was in our contract that they said, if we send you somewhere and you get messed up, we are going to take care of you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, let's, I was one of the, I don't want to say dumb ones, but I was one of the dumb ones that, you know, here I did my military service. Did not physically, well, I mean, I am physically injured, you know, 20 something years later, like my knees, my ankles, my back, and all of that is shot, right? But for the longest time, I didn't think that I should go to the VA. And the reason being is because I always thought that there was other veterans out there that needed it more than I did, right? My wife for many years was like, hey, you need to go to the VA. You need to go to the VA. You need to go to the VA. And she kept harping on it and harping on it. And then I started this podcast, and I'm telling people, hey, you need to go to the VA. You need to go to the VA. But yet I wasn't 2022. And what I come to find and realize is the money that's allotted for me is there for me. The money that's allotted for you, or the money that's allotted for Gunny, that money is there. Whether we use it or not,
correct,
it still sits there, and then the government might wind up using it for something else, but then it gets replenished. So if you are a veteran and you haven't started your VFW or your VA benefits and stuff like that, reach out to VFWs, because most of the VFWs have VSOs, veteran service officers, that can help you through the process. Some are more knowledgeable than others. You just got to find one that clicks with you, and then that way you can go through the process. Because right now I'm 60% rated right now, and I'm still fighting to get to that 100%, because not because I think I'm entitled to it. It's just that that's what I need to do. You know, it's because I am broken. Like I said, I have PTSD. I have severe anxiety. I have my knees, my ankles, my back are all screwed up. I'm 46 years old, and I've already had a total knee replacement and have to have the other one done. All because of my military service, being an infantryman in the Marine Corps. I'm broken physically and mentally. Like I there are nights that I wake up in the middle of the night, you know, sweating from head to toe and screaming. My wife's like, "Are you okay?" But that's what I love about VFWs and Vet Post. Now, not all of the posts have VSOs. Can you tell me how many posts? You might not know this answer, but you might. I'm gonna put you on the spot. How many posts in the state of Kentucky have a VSO, and how many don't have a VSO?
Okay, so we just changed our national bylaws this year. So at the post level, they are now called benefits advisors.
Okay.
So they're going to be able to discuss local resources, even regional resources, depending on the geographic location in Kentucky. However, the Department of Kentucky does have 4 accredited service officers, and that is really the key for veterans. When you pursue your benefits, when you pursue a claim, when you try to get signed up for your health care, make sure you are speaking to an accredited veteran service officer. So here in Kentucky, we have our department service officer. He works out of Louisville. He'll be working out of our headquarters during this little shutdown.
What's his name?
It's John Wingfield.
I know John. John's a great guy.
He'll be working out of our headquarter building during this little shutdown because the regional office doors are locked right now. We have Anthony Cook. He is down more in the south central part of the state. We got Earl Wade. He takes care of the western side of the state. He's out of Cadiz. And then we have Rick Barella, who's right here in Lexington.
Nice.
And he has office hours 2 days a week. He will schedule special appointments, you know, if a veteran or their family member can't get in, and things that veterans need to prepare for, because our life is not infinite. There are so many things that we can do for our families now, whether we're 46, 66, 76. Get your claim set up, get your VA health care. So if something happens happens to you, your spouse has a very easy path, dependent benefits that they can get after you're gone.
Right.
They don't just lose your income permanently, like happens often with Social Security. They only get like this much of the Social Security.
Right.
Well, you can lay the path for them to make that a smoother transition. A couple other things people don't realize: if you want to be interred at a Kentucky veteran cemetery or at a national cemetery such as Camp Nelson down by Nicholasville, you can go ahead and fill out your paperwork for that, provide your DD-214. So when your family is the grief of your passing, they don't have to look for all that. It's already done. Camp Nelson already knows. I'll only have to make a phone call.
Nice.
That's it.
See, I didn't know that. And I'm assuming just being veteran status, not whether you're rated or not from the VA, you can be laid to rest in one of the national cemeteries.
Yes.
So as long as you served in the military and you got a DD-214
with an honorable cemetery, obviously that has the largest restrictions
is Arlington. Oh yeah,
but sure. At Camp Nelson, actually our district commander for this area, Donnie Knatzer, he is one of the employees at Camp Nelson. They do amazing work down there. And then of course you have the Kentucky Department of Veteran Affairs. They have a lot of resources for veterans that you don't realize are there. And that also is for your state cemeteries for veterans. And we recently passed a law that changed that. We fought really hard and we got it done. National Guardsmen and Reservists now qualify to be buried in our state veteran cemeteries.
So let me ask you a question. My stepdad was National Guard for 20 years. He was out of the Frankfort National Guard. He was telecommunications, whatever, in the National Guard. When he passed away a few years back, we tried to get a foot marker for his, so the headstone, and then we tried to get a military placard for his, it's a placard for the end of his grave. And we were told that he didn't rate a military placard because he didn't serve enough time on active duty as a National Guardsman, even though he was 20 years and he got a DD-214 and all of that. But because he didn't serve a year consecutively on active duty, that he didn't rate. So is that something that needs to be changed? Because the way I look at it, you still go to boot camp. So you're at boot camp for however long. Marine Corps boot camp's 13 weeks. I think
Navy's 13 weeks.
Is Navy now 13 weeks? It used to be shorter than that.
I went for 13 weeks.
Okay. And I think Army's shorter, Air Force is shorter. So is that something that needs to be changed?
To be honest, that is something I would have to look into. I've dealt with getting military headstones in private just a couple of times, but not that particular scenario with a guardsman. That is also something that we could take to, if it is not law, if it's not that's something. So work through, check with KDVA, with the state cemeteries, and see if there's something through them, especially with this change that guardsmen can now be buried in the state cemeteries. And Congressman Adam Moore, he has started a Veterans Caucus group for our state legislation. And again, that is something we could take to them if it's not already in the books. And because, sometimes they put stuff in the books and we don't find out about it until later.
Right. So yeah, it's something that needs to be looked into, because if you served in the military, whether you're active duty, whether you're a guardsman, you need to be recognized.
Correct.
Because you signed your name on that dotted line. And I will tell you, a lot of times your National Guard, your reservists are usually the first ones that go in. A lot of people think that it's active duty that's usually the first ones to go in. No, it's your National Guard and stuff that goes in. Now, granted, they do a lot of stuff here domestically. But my nephew, when he started his military career, he was in the National Guard, and he deployed several times. And then he went full active duty. And, now he's deployed to Kuwait at the present moment in time. And then, of course, they're doing the missions from there. But it's still, me personally, having my stepdad who served 20 years, be told that we couldn't get a military placard for him to state his name, his rank, branch of service, and all of that, because he didn't rate it because he wasn't on active duty long enough.
Right, and that issue doesn't just apply to legislation that we are looking at getting proposed in Kentucky, where right now that like the National Guard, when they get sent to the floods and the tornadoes and they're doing all this disaster relief, they're on active duty, but they're not on active duty under congressional or presidential order.
Right.
So they're not getting those active duty days applied to their national benefits,
right.
Education benefits, things like that. So we're looking to get that changed, because anybody that is either a veteran or a first responder knows that going out and responding to a natural disaster can produce just as much horrific trauma as what soldiers and Marines and sailors saw in full-on combat over in Iraq, Afghanistan,
Yep.
Vietnam, and other areas. They're doing some of the same kind of just horrific work, very traumatizing, graphic work, and they should be getting the same benefits for that.
I agree. I would agree with you 100%. Well, I do want to thank you. I know you probably got to get back to your table over there and everything. I do want to thank you for coming over here and talking to us about the VFW and everything. So thank you for coming over and hanging out with me.
Absolutely. And if you guys ever want to chat again, just reach out. And
there you go. We will do it for sure. So, all right. Well, I think I'm going to talk to Benny and see what else he wants me to do today. We'll see. But thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
You too.
I think I'm going to go get some chow.
Thanks.
I know we talked to earlier. He said that after he got done with the course, if he was up to it, he was going to come over and talk to us. So we're going to try to talk to him and see. I'm going to go find Gunny real quick and see if he wants to, because he might still be on the course. I know he was walking. Yeah, he's still on the course. So he's in the Serpentine now. He's still walking the course. So we're going to try to talk to him. So I'll let you know here shortly. All right, we're back. It's about time to wrap it up, Gunny. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're probably 3/4 away, maybe halfway through the competitors right now. So, man, that new timing and swarm we have with Commonwealth timing, just working out great. They use Run Sign Up. So it's the first time that Run Sign Up has done team sign up. So we're kind of the guinea pig, and which is fine, right? So they can improve their system for next year for when we do this. And then, the teams, man, those ROTC teams are absolutely flying. Look this one out here in front of us. They are just cranking through this course.
They are.
They look fresh. I'm hoping that the two guys dragging in the back were not competitors too, and they traded off between 6 of them. Might have to go back and look at the tape on that.
Can they do 6?
No, teams of 4. We do have a team that might be running 3, but they have to carry 2 ammo cans. One person will have to carry 2 ammo cans.
Rucks.
Yep. I think Bradford is already finished. Unfortunately for him, he's got to get on the road. He's got another event he's got to go to. He's gonna be gone for a week on a nice elk hunt.
I know. I'm jealous.
Jason's box man came through. They had somebody that donated a tag, and they're taking Matt out for a really, really nice elk hunt. Hopefully he can get himself one this coming week.
That's a lot. Elk meat is really good too. If you haven't had it, I've had some elk steaks and stuff like that, and it's put it this way: you got deer, but steak the elk is the filet mignon of critters. It's really, really good eating. So. Weather it's not too hot. I mean, it is a little hot, but it's not too hot.
I will say this. I want to thank Mother Nature for giving us some great weather.
Yeah.
But bring in some clouds, please.
Yes.
Bring in some clouds.
Yeah, we definitely need some clouds to get rid of
a little bit of a breeze. But other than that, it's good. I mentioned earlier in my speech that the course is grueling. I didn't realize how grueling this course is, compared to courses that we've had in the past.
Yes.
I mean, you have 4 uphills that you have to do. It's a pretty good, grade to it as well. And then you've got, the downhills are good, but man, those uphills are brutal. I mean, there's one team right here. I mean, they are on the struggle bus for sure. It looks like their cadre is live streaming the entire thing on their end too.
Yeah.
But no, dude, I can't thank you enough for coming up here and doing this for us today.
No, it's my pleasure.
Next year, October 3rd, it will be the 33rd anniversary of the Battle of Mogadishu, and we will be back at it again.
Troy says super proud of the Moog Mile team. Yeah, we'll be back next year for sure. I'm gonna put it on the calendar and be like, make sure that this date is blacked out.
Yep.
We'll come back up. We'll do a live again next year. I might bring a tent next year to keep the sun off of me. I should have brought one this year, but I didn't even think about it.
Well, we could have gone and stolen the stretch tents. They're gone already. They stretched and taped everybody and took off out the door.
Yeah.
I didn't even get to say thank you to them. So I got to make sure Josh does that for that crew that came in and did that. But yeah, I mean, I can't thank all the teams that came up enough. We got Eastern Kentucky University, Western Kentucky University, University of Kentucky, University of Louisville, and Clark County, Greene County. I think there's 6 different ROTC schools here. There's a couple law enforcement teams that have come through. I saw the KSP guys. I told them that they got to beat the other law enforcement team, and then I went over there and pumped up the other team and told them, hey, you got to beat KSP. And one of the guys is like, I do all the time in my car.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So 61 teams.
61 teams, man.
That's phenomenal.
Super proud of all the work that Troy has done and all the energy that he puts into this. And, he's been gone for a month. But I know for a fact last week when I was in Wyoming fly fishing, I bet I received 15 messages, and it wasn't to me; it was to the group. Hey, Sam's away. Make sure this is happening. Sam, this is going to happen. So he's still running the show.
Oh yeah, I'm just behind the scenes.
I'm just the face.
You're the pretty face
until he gets back, and then he can be the face. He can start doing that. He can start getting in front of the camera.
Heck yeah!
Instead of hiding in the background somewhere. But no, I mean
continues to grow. I mean, we're going to be the media partner for Mogadishu Mile Kentucky for the next foreseeable future.
Until we both move to Florida, and then we might have to come up here just for this weekend.
Yeah, we might have to just come up here for this weekend. Yeah. The wife is talking about if Lo goes to EKU next year, that she's moving to Richmond. So we'll
Get
see.
me a little bit closer. I don't
Yeah,
know, I
just a
think it's about probably the same distance from your house to here than it is from Eastern to here.
Yeah. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But no. Oh, look, sun, the cloud.
Look and see. Speak it, and
You
it
just-
shall happen.
yeah.
And look what's happening now. Look, got a little bit of a breeze.
Yeah,
going.
I love it. At least that's going to be a little while.
Yeah, just in time for the JROTC teams to start up, and there goes another team.
Yeah. Absolutely. For some reason, a while ago, we got kicked out of the whole studio for some reason.
Probably because we've been on here for 4 hours.
It's a possibility. And then I was able to log back in and right back up. I didn't have. So that worked. I was talking with Nicole from the VFW. So I want to thank her, the state commander for the VFW here in Kentucky, Veterans of Foreign Wars. She came over and talked. The guys from the Marine Corps League came over and talked. Colonel came over from Jason's box and talked. And it's been a great day. And I'm super excited. Texas Roadhouse. We want to, I know Sam said it earlier, but we want to thank all the sponsors and all the partners. If you're out there and you want to donate or become a partner of Mogadishu Mile Kentucky, reach out to Gunny or reach out to Troy or whoever and say, hey, we want to be partners with you guys, whether it's a monetary or you want to donate food, water, whatever. Reach out to, go to Facebook, go to Mogadishu Mile Kentucky on Facebook, hit the message button, and that'll go to Gunny.
I get that. Troy gets that.
Yeah, so reach out to them, and they'll be able to point you in the right direction to make that happen. So
Yeah, and in days like today, man, where it's hot like this, we had 34 cases we're running through it just because it's hot.
Yeah,
one of our volunteers just went to buy 10 more bags of ice to keep everything cool. Went to buy more water. But yeah, I mean, again, I said it earlier in my opening remarks. I cannot thank, all of our supporting partners because they're not sponsored. We don't have any sponsors, but our partners that have come forward and they help us with either the drinks or Texas Roadhouse with the food, or the Marine Corps League showing up, the VFW showing up to and it's nice to support those elements as well, and let the former service members that are here know, hey, we're here for you, we're here to support you, and this is what we do. And I saw a lot of the JROTC students over there talking with the Marine Corps League, over there talking with the VFW and asking what they do for the veterans. So, those young men and women are getting exposed to it here as well.
Heck yeah.
A lot of their cadre, a lot of their instructors are former service members of some sort, Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No Space Force yet though.
No. I mean, I think right now it's under the same realm, if you will.
As Air Force, maybe?
Yeah. And we don't have a lot of moving parts, but we do, right? We've got all those stations out there. So all those coaches that are out there that are running this, course 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 15 times with these teams. And we made it a little bit more easy on them this year. So, they're only running from the start to that first station. And then when that team goes and does that 80-meter loop, the coaches are walking over to the next station.
Yeah.
Right. So we're keeping their legs fresh. We're keeping their lungs fresh. We're keeping them fresh and not as tired. And then they make that 80-meter run back.
Yeah.
Right. And so that allows them to go multiple times. But yeah, dude, I couldn't have asked for. I mean, I could have asked for a better day, but Mother Nature is providing now with a little bit.
It feels
a little bit of a breeze.
It feels great right now. I think if it was like this all day, it'd be perfect because it's not so hot now because that heat tab is hidden behind the cloud.
And you got the EKU guys out here with black T-shirts and their fatigues on. You got the Rangers out here that are boots and utes. You got some of the other teams out here, boots and utes, so it's just, and then you got some of the teams out here that are shorts and T-shirts, right?
Yeah,
I will say that we have yet to have a Ranger team go up that is not boots and utes. They're doing it the Ranger way. They lead the way. Every time they come out here, we put them in the course first, and they set the pace. And some of these, that's why these ROTC teams are out here in PT gear
trying to beat the Rangers.
Yeah, but let's throw on some boots and utes and see how you do against them.
I think we're frozen. I don't know what just happened there.
What'd you do?
The browser has lost connection to your camera. All right, so we're still here, but for some reason...
Well, let's just close it out then. If, camera's not working, camera throws up, maybe it's overheated a little bit because Mother Nature has been beating on it for 4 hours.
Maybe.
There we go.
There we go. All right, so let's close it out because it's getting hot here. And
yeah.
But no.
You got to get home anyway. You got your daughter.
Yeah,
we got family time. And I got one of my pets is in the backyard. Sorry. I got a couple hours here before I got to start heading north too. So
yeah, you're getting ready to go on a cruise and have a good time and hang out with other Purple Heart veterans and stuff like that, and hang out with the Warrior Honor Cruise guys who are amazing.
I mean, it helps when you're an advisor to the board, right?
Yeah, it does. It does.
But just to go and see Rich and all the guys that came in to help with that. Warrior Honor Cruise blend from J-Matt, and that's still available online right now to purchase. Just go to the J-Matt website shop and then scroll down to Warriors Honor Cruise. It's a very, very good blend.
That's jmattingly1845.com. Yep. You can go on there and go to the shop and you can see all the bottles. You got Team Fast Tracks, you got Warrior Honor Cruise bottle.
I think they
gone.
Might still have some of the Marine Corps League bottles down there. I don't know if they went on
the 250 birthday.
They got the 250 birthday.
Yeah, I think I might go look and see. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. But anyway,
again, and things come up in the last 4 hours of your day. I know it's an hour plus up here, but to help promote the Moog Mile and then show everybody out there at the Homefront Sit Rep Nation what we do here in Kentucky for the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky.
And Troy, love you too, brother. Semper Fi. I wouldn't miss it for the world. So it's an honor. What the heck just happened here? It's all acting weird. You see that stuff?
Yeah, I don't know what you're doing over there.
It ain't me, but it is about that time. Let's get down here. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you this Sunday on home.
We'll see me. You'll see you, and Sunday and Monday. I'm gone.
Who do we have?
I'm on somewhere in the Caribbean. I'll still be on the boat. Actually, by the time that I might be able to log on because we might still be in the Mississippi River working our way to the Gulf. So I'll still have reception.
Yeah.
So I might be able to pop in real quick and be like, hey, I'm out of here. Bye. See you in a couple of weeks.
So my wife is texting me. She's like, hey, I guess she just called twice. She goes, it'd be great if you can answer. But anyway, so we got Sean Murphy and Jake Dow coming up Sunday and Monday. So make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe to our channel, set notifications so you know when we go live. Also, go follow us on our Facebook page, Homefront Sit Rep Podcast. That's our public page. We always go live on there. Same thing with Heroes Media Group and Military United podcast streams. So go follow us on there.
Yeah, going to give a huge shout out though to Valor Coins and Pins. They did our coins for the Mogadishu Mile Kentucky. Obviously, and J Matt. And I could go through that whole list all over again, but everybody that has supported this event and continues to support this event, I am forever grateful. I know for a fact if Troy was here, he'd be saying the same exact thing. We can't do this without you guys, and we can't do it without the competitors. So if you got a team out there that you feel as though will compete, it can even be in the adult novice area and you walk the course, just come back out here and, honor those 19 men and women. Like I said earlier, it's not just about them. It's about, the 11,000 plus Kentuckians that have been killed since World War I. It's about the 13 that were killed at Abbey Gate. It's about the 4 that were currently lost in the 160th back in September out there in Washington. All those men and women that have made the ultimate sacrifice. That's what this event is about.
Yep.
And especially about those 19 men from the 10th Mountain, the 160th, 375, and from the Special Operations community.
My wife says she's proud of us.
She's proud because you're getting ready to log off and go home.
Yep. All right, guys.
Love you, Julie.
Y'all have a great day. Like we always say on Homefront Sit Rep, stay safe out there. We got your 6. Maybe. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show.